welcome to Royal Stadium here at Bethel University for an NCAA tournament matchup between the Bethel Royals and Coe College. They're coming to town to take on the Royals in what will be the second round of the NCAA tournament. I'm Calvin Bloomquist alongside Tyler Gustafson, and we're right here on ESPN+. Tyler, what a game we have.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. A winter wonderland here today. That's going to affect how these teams decide to play offense. The Royals last year took on Coe College in somewhat of an underdog matchup. The Royals won 31-26. So Coe looking for some revenge here today at the Royals home stadium. The Royals favorites to win this one, but it should be interesting. Coe trying to pull off the upset.
Yeah, this is going to be a really awesome matchup. Royals and Coe Hawks. We're ready to get going right here at Royal Stadium. The Royals will receive. And we get ready for the Coe Hawks to boot this one away. And here it is. The second round is underway. Hauled in at the 10, takes it up the middle of the field. He breaks loose, and he'll be stopped around the 37-yard line. A beautiful return for the Royals, and that's where they'll set up shop.
Yeah, Riley Gritz, one of the running backs for the Royals, able to find the seam and get up there for a solid gain. And yardage is going to matter quite a bit here today, Calvin. With the field being as snowy as it is, every single yard will matter in terms of getting towards that red zone, being able to pound it in for this Royals offense.
Cooper Drews, the main man for the Royals. He takes the snap, flows it out wide to the far side. That one's hauled in. Screen pass is good for about 8 yards to Vibrock. And he'll be close to a first down, close to midfield.
We're going to see a lot of those horizontal passes today, Calvin. Not a whole lot of deep looks. It's going to be hard to plant for the receivers, so look for those screen passes out of this Royals offense.
Drews, hand off to Jeebly up the middle. Jeebly's got some room to run, and he's across midfield down to the 47, it looks like.
And, of course, the run game for the Royals. Jeebs and Tay Mans, the two-headed backfield for this Royals squad. Both are going to be key here today.
Drews sends Vibrock in motion to the near side. Hands this one off to Jeebly again. He goes up the middle. He's got some more room. Falls ahead to the 40. Like we talked about before the broadcast today, Tyler, this is going to be a ground and pound type of game. What does this say about what these running backs need to do for these squads?
Well, yeah, the Royals are going to rely heavily upon that run game. You see there, it's tough to throw in these conditions. The ball is hard to grip. I think Drews lost his footing there a little bit as well. It's hard to plant here, so running it up the middle is the safest option for both teams, and that'll kind of favor Coe with the way they run their offense, but the Royals are not afraid to run it up the gut as well.
Drews calling the shots at the line of scrimmage. It's third and short here for this Royals squad. Coe looking for a big stop here early. Sends Rundell and Vibrock out to the far side. He's got Staska on the near. Drews sends Rundell towards him, takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off to Jeebly. Jeebly's got some room to run, falls forward. It's going to be close. And they are going to move the chains. So Jeebly able to pick up a first down on that third and short, and they're now deep into Coe territory.
Yeah, credit to David Jeebly, averaging 5.5 a carry. If the Royals can get about 4 yards per carry from these running backs, that'll be huge.
Drews takes the snap, hands this one off. Now Mans in the game for the Royals. He continues to chug forward. That'll be a gain of 3, maybe 4 on first down.
And for those of you who are just joining us here today, haven't watched a whole lot of Royals football, you saw a very weird formation. Colin Dooling, the Royals offensive coordinator, loves to throw in different looks, and he's going to do that here today despite the weather. He's going to try to throw off the Coe Hawks defense.
Drews over the middle. It's Vibrock hauling it in. He makes a man miss, falls ahead, and he's inside the 10-yard line.
That was a very good slant route there from Vibrock. I talked to you before the game, Calvin. Slant routes are going to be key for both teams here today. That's the easiest route to run in these conditions. Vibrock able to get open and get a huge chunk.
Drews hands off to Mans up the middle. Mans following Orozco Sanchez around the left side. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward. We'll see where they mark him. It looks like it's going to be a gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards. So that'll bring them to the 10-yard line. Drews Out of the shotgun, has Mans with him. He's going to give it to him one more time. Mans makes a man miss. Falls forward, pushed by the line. And it looks like he's down to about the 5-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. They're going to say this is going to be 3rd and short. About 1 yard to go. Drews takes the snap. It's going to be a keeper. Around the left side. Drews is in. It's Cooper Drews breaking the plane, and Bethel's on the board first here in the 2nd round.
Yeah, what a drive from the Royals, solidifying that run game early, able to get a couple of nice passing chunks. That's going to be the type of offense they want to run all day, working with the weather, using what you've got. The Royals' run game and offensive line doing exactly what they need to do, and on that run, a huge hole for Cooper Drews to find the end zone.
Extra point pending here from the kicker, Zach Bankston. He'll come out. Rundell, the holder. Snap spot, kick is up. And it is good. Bankston, another one on the board, and it's 7-0 Bethel. Tyler, we talked about that drive. What a drive it was to open it up.
Yeah, Colin Dooling using a little bit of everything. He's still going to go into that playbook despite the weather. We saw some good slant routes. We saw some interesting formations from the Royals. That's going to be the key to this game. They're not going to be able to air it out like they're used to. They're not going to be able to go deep with Albert Rundell in the same way that they generally do. And so this is the type of November, December football that we're going to see here in the playoffs. And the Royals just easing into that rushing attack, leaning upon the offensive line. And that's going to be a strength for them in this postseason.
Yeah, Tyler, now before this next kickoff, we have to talk a little bit about this Cohawks offense. They got an at-large bid after losing the American Rivers Conference to Wartburg. And one of the big things we're going to be looking at is that 44-7 victory last week over Concordia, Wisconsin. This team is going to come to play, and they put the points on the board to prove it.
Absolutely. They've got a couple of really good running backs in Quincy Drummer and Trayson Cunningham. Both of those guys are key to this offensive attack for the Cohawks. And they've got Brady Kelly, who has been phenomenal this season, 4th in Division III in rating with a 197.98 rating on the year, 69.92 completion percentage. Their offense is hot, and they are very good. So the Royals defense has to try to stop them in this weather condition.
Kick is taken right up the gut, and they'll fall forward to the 35. Both teams with decent returns to get things started here. And this is where Brady Kelly and the Cohawks offense will hit the field.
Yeah, I would expect to see a very similar attack from the Cohawks that we saw from the Royals. They'll go to both of their running backs, and Drummer and Cunningham. Both these guys have been phenomenal all season with 600 yards plus for each back. Right now, Drummer out there, who's been kind of the main up-the-gut type of guy for them.
It's going to be a little swing pass out to the far side. Now they're going to throw, and that one is incomplete. Oh, a little trickery to get things started here for Coe College. It doesn't work. Overthrown on the far side, but oh boy, Tyler, that'll wake you up.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of these offensive coordinators are very, very creative with how they do offense. We saw some weird plays from Dooling in that first drive. We're going to see some interesting looks from the Cohawks. They're trying to catch the Royals off guard with that little, pitch and pass.
We're going to get a handoff. Now swing to the far side, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. Oh, what a big hit in the backfield. And that's how you get things started if you're the Royals defense. Coe comes out with some trickery, and now it's going to be interesting to see how this offense is going to handle this 3rd and long.
Yeah, they're going to have to go through the air here, Calvin. I think 3rd and longs are the worst case scenario for both offenses here today. It's tough to air it out in these conditions. The ball is going to be slippery. We'll see if the receivers can get their plants off and be able to create some separation for Brady.
Brady Kelly looking near side. He can't find anybody, and he's dumped. It's Marcus Whiting catching him in the backfield, and that's a 3-and-out for the Cohawks.
Yeah, absolutely swamped in the backfield. the Royals putting pressure on here early on the defensive side. That's what they've done well all season long, getting to the quarterback. They do it here again, and that's the type of defense that Coach McElroy wants to see from his squad on a game like today. You don't want to ease up on the defensive side at all, despite playing a team that you think you can beat.
And the punt is blocked. It's blocked on the play. It's recovered by the Cohawks. But the Royals got to it. Oh man, it was Phil Conan, it looked like, who got in there first. We'll see what the official word is, but how about that?
Yeah, so it'll be downed right there where it was picked up by the Cohawks, and just beautiful field position. That block is absolutely electric for this special teams. The Royals already with some big plays on the defensive side, and that was kind of the one spot that it was going to be interesting to see if the Cohawks could get going offensively. They were unable to do so in that first drive, and it looks like the Royals are in the driver's seat here in the first quarter.
Drew's out of the shotgun's going to send Janes in motion. He'll motion right in front. This is going to be a handoff. No, it's a fake, and it's downfield to Tyler Terry. Terry inside the 10, down to the 5. Oh, Tyler, the Royals offense cruising here early.
Yeah, a nice seam route up the middle. A great fake from Drews. Pulled in the cornerback, and Terry able to get open.
Handoff to Mans up the middle. Mans fighting for the goal line. And a beautiful stand-up play by the front for the Cohawks.
Yeah, it's going to start with stopping the run for the Cohawks defense. Nice job there. They're going to need to continue that here on this drive.
Drew's out of the shotgun, 2nd and goal. Takes the snap. Goes to the far side, and it's Tyler Terry leaking out on a flat route. And it's another touchdown for the Bethel Royals.
Well, those are the type of routes where sometimes you just lose the guy, especially in these red zone scenarios. The Royals with a very run-pass option-heavy team, and the defense kind of selling out for the run, allowed Terry to kind of leak out after a short block, and the Royals loving what they've seen so far from this offensive side of the ball.
So extra point pending here for the Royals and Zach Bankston. Rundell the holder. Snap spot, kick is up. And it is good. Bankston 2 for 2 on the day with his extra points, and the Royals lead it 14-0 right here. Tyler, an exciting day if you're a Royals fan on the start, but it's not to count out the Cohawks. We're going to see what they have on their second drive of offense.
Yeah, I think a 3-and-out was huge there for the Royals, trying to solidify that defensive side. But the Cohawks, like we mentioned, a very good offensive side of the ball. I think we're going to see a little bit more of Brady Kelly in the next drive, maybe some screen passes, some short routes to get things going on that side of the ball, and then we're going to see more of a run-heavy attack throughout the rest of the game for the Cohawks. I'd assume that first play, that trick play, kind of stopped all the momentum, and then, of course, the tackle for loss kind of just killed that drive. If the Royals can continue to get tackles for loss, sacks, or avoid any big plays, really, they should be in a good spot for the rest of this game defensively.
Yeah, Tyler, you're absolutely right. And going back to that trick play on first down for Co, it wasn't expected from anybody. It was just an overthrow, and it's an interesting play and a gutsy play to pull out as your first play on offense. But I'll tell you what, it wakes everybody up a little bit. And now the Royals are saying, hey, let's be ready for anything here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's one of those plays where if it goes right, you have a touchdown. If it doesn't, you know, it's an incompletion or maybe even an interception. But the Cohawks willing to gamble those odds and also, like you mentioned, wake everybody up, say we're here to play. We're going to try some new things. And so I don't hate that play call. I think it kind of might have killed that drive a little bit, but at the same time, you might have a touchdown if it's not overthrown. So we'll see what the Cohawks do here in the second drive if they bring out a little bit of trickery as well.
Nowacki boots this one away. We'll get a fair catch around the 30-yard line, and that's where the Cohawks will come out and set up shop. So Brady Kelly getting ready to come back out for his second drive on offense. And Tyler, we talked a little bit about him, but he has had an insane season. under center for the Cohawks.
Absolutely, nearly 70% completion percentage, 2,867 yards, 30 touchdowns. This guy has been phenomenal, averaging about 260 yards a game. And their offense is more built around the run, but he's able to air it out. He's an accurate passer, only 6 interceptions, so he's going to be a playmaker for this Cohawks team.
Run around the far side, swallowed up after a gain of about 2. On the carry, it was Quincy Drummer, and he was stopped first by Jake Borman on the Royals side.
I think we're going to see more of that from the Cohawks here in this drive. More 3 to 4 yard runs, just establishing that part of the game, and then off of that being able to do the play action, RPO type of stuff with Kelly and try to really get the passing game going.
Kelly under center. He's going to go to the near side, screen play. And he's going to be stopped. It looks like there's a flag on the play here, Tyler. He was stopped for no gain. And we're going to see what the call is. It looks like this one's going to be on the Royals. They're pointing that way. The side judge was the first to throw the flag. We'll see what's going to come in here. They're going to discuss this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this call is going to be. There wasn't a clear, at least from our angle watching the play, a clear flag call.
So it looks like oh, okay, Tyler. Okay, so there was a lot to sort out there. So the ref originally pointed the Royals' way and called an illegal blindside block, but that just can't happen. So
yeah,
they're going to correct it, and they're going to move it on to the offense. And it looks like that one's going to be on Latrell Taylor, the wide receiver on the near side. And so that'll back the Cohawks up deep into their own territory here, Tyler. But Royals fans had something to say about that one for a second, but it was a correction, so here we go. Now it's 2nd and long for the Cohawks.
Yeah, no, that is a killer penalty for the Cohawks. We saw that big hit on the block on the near side. Just unfortunate that they have to move all the way back, and now this drive is going to be a heavy passing drive.
Brady Kelly to the near side, and it's hauled in. Oh, what a throw from Kelly. Stepped into the pocket and delivered a strike to Devin Kolosh on the near side. It's a first down.
And that's what Kelly's going to give you. They're not out of any drive. Despite that 2nd and long, you see Kelly just solid in the pocket, not worrying about the pressure, able to deliver a strike right there.
Kelly under center, has Drummer in the backfield with him. He's going to hand this one off up the middle, and Drummer is stopped for no gain. It's a gang of Royals, and it looks like it was Marcus Whiting who got there first. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, the Royals' defensive front has looked good here today so far, only allowing that one 3 to 4 yard rush to start off this drive. Besides that, they've either had tackles for losses, sacks, or been able to stop them right at the line of scrimmage.
Kelly out of the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near. Drummer's in the backfield with him. He's going to send a man in motion. It's going to be centers coming towards him. Takes the snap, looks to the left side. He has a man deep, and he just overthrew him. Oh, the Royals got caught napping. It was Fisher Gansky on the coverage on the far side. And he stayed with him step for step, but it was a hustle play for Gansky to get there. And an overthrow for Kelly brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, Jerron Centers was the receiver on that play, and he certainly had a little bit of separation there on Gansky, so there was an opening for the Cohawks. Brady Kelly just unable to find him, and it's tough. You know, the wind is howling right now. There's snow falling. The ball's probably slippery, so it's hard to deliver those passes.
Kelly under pressure. He's going to take off. He's going to slide down well short of the 1st down. They're going to mark him right at midfield at the 50-yard line. And now it's decision time here, Tyler. We're going to see what they're going to do.
Looks like they're bringing out the punt team for the Cohawks. I don't know. You saw a blocked punt here on the first drive of the game for the Cohawks. And we've seen a couple of big passing plays from Brady Kelly. So I wonder if maybe going for this is a safer option than punting this with the way that the Royals were able to get in there on the first punt. But it looks like offsides is going to be called here.
Yeah, so the punt's not going to go very far. It is going to get a Cohawks bounce, but we're going to be in trouble here. It's going to be Phil Conant, it looks like, on the Royal side, who jumped the snap early. Am I right, Tyler? Is that who it was?
Yeah, it looked like Conant got a little bit excited for the opportunity to block another one. And, yeah, he was frustrated with himself. He knew it right away. And that might, I mean, that's going to be close to a first down. If it's not, I'm sure they'll be going for this. Looks like it will be a first down for the Cohawks, and that's a big difference maker of a penalty right there. This could result in points now for the Cohawks, giving them kind of new life on this drive.
So the Cohawks catch a break. Phil Conant, 5-yard offside penalty. And just like that, they're back in business. And now with good field position, they're going to set up shop 1st and 10 here on the Royals' 45-yard line. Kelly under center. He takes the snap, hands this one off. Swallowed up at the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1. And that one goes nowhere. It looked like it was Caleb Taylor on the Royal side making the stop.
Caleb Taylor, the freshman, has been a big part of this defensive line for the Royals. He was kind of inserted into the starting lineup halfway through the year, and since then he's been fantastic, and all MIAC honorable mention.
Brady Kelly all day in the pocket. He's going to take a shot. It's holding at the 5, and he breaks the plane. It's a Cohawks touchdown. A connection thrown by Kelly, and what a throw it was, Tyler.
Yeah, Jerron Centers able to create so much separation in that defense, and Kelly just able to find him. Kelly had so much time in the pocket, like you said, Calvin. That helped out that deep passing play. I said earlier in the broadcast, there's not going to be a ton of those, but if there's time in the pocket, Kelly's going to be able to deliver strikes like that. A nice throw, a laser beam, and the Cohawks get on the board after that mistake of a penalty.
Extra point is up, and it is good. So it's 14-7. The Cohawks are on the board here at Royal Stadium. Boy, Tyler, that drive started off not so swell for the Cohawks, but they responded in a big way and caught a little bit of a break.
Yeah, absolutely. They made the most of their circumstances with that break. And we saw some big plays, especially from Brady Kelly and Centers, both of them able to connect on some of those passing plays, and it looks like Kelly's going to be kind of the key to this game for the Cohawks. I mentioned their offense more run heavy, but this year it looks like they're kind of transitioning that despite the weather, despite the snowy conditions. They're not afraid to air it out. They're not afraid to bring out the passing offense, and we saw that big second down conversion, and now a huge passing play for the Cohawks. We're going to see Brady Kelly airing it out all day long, I believe.
And Tyler, one of the things that the Royals are going to have to look out for is now that the Cohawks have really taken advantage of this, the Royals secondary is really going to have to start stepping up here.
Yeah, it seemed like, I mean, it's tough for the secondary right now to plant and move backwards in these conditions. It's hard for a receiver to plant, but it's even harder for a defensive back to be able to make those hip movements. And so we'll see if the secondary can kind of collect themselves. It looks like a lot of zone plays.
And Berkman around the near side on the kick return. He's going to be up near midfield. It looks like they're going to mark him at the 48. The Royals have been taking advantage of the kick return, and actually both sides, Tyler, have really gave their offenses good field position on the special teams.
Yeah, there's been some huge holes for both teams, like you mentioned. It's going to be key for these teams to kind of close up some of those gaps on the kick return. It's hard to get down there and really hustle when you're on the defensive side, so we'll see if the Cohawks are able to kind of clean things up in that regard.
Hand off to Jeebly up the middle. He's going to carry defenders forward, and he's up past the marker. It's a first down on first down for David Jeebly and the Royals.
Yeah, Jeebly already with some great runs here today, but just grinding out the yardage for the Royals. That's what they need.
Jeebly, another one up the middle, spins away from a defender, and he's tripped up by what looked like C.J. Johnson in the secondary. It's 2 carries, 2 first downs for this Royals offense. They're inside the 30. Drews out of the shotgun. He has Janes and Jeebly with him. It's going to be another handoff to Jeebly. He's going to go up the middle, and this time he stopped for a gain of about 3. On the carry, it's going to be 2nd and 7, or maybe 2nd and 8. Drews now with Mans in, replacing Jeebly. Drews looks to the sideline, gets the call from Colin Dooling. Rundell on the near side, along with Staska, and it's Vibrock on the far. Drews sends Rundell in motion. Takes the snap, hands this one off to Mans. Mans makes a man miss at the line of scrimmage, falls ahead. It's going to bring up 3rd and short here for the Royals after a gain of about 3.
Yeah, better job by the defensive front for the Cohawks. Stopping that run, they're going to need to do that here on this play.
Drews, it's a keeper, up the middle. He's going to be close to a first down, and yes, they're going to give it to him. They're going to move the chains. It's a first down on the keeper from Cooper Drews. And the Royals now inside the red zone. They're going to be at about the the 17-yard line. Drews sends Mans in motion. Looks far side. That one is tipped and incomplete. Good coverage on the play, as it looked like it was Greg Fleming, or correction now, I'm going to say Leighton Charters on the far side. Charters was able to get there and tip that pass. 2nd down. Drews with Mans in the backfield. Looks to the sideline. Rundell's going to flip sides of the field. Rundell, the leading receiver in Division III football. Mans right up the gut. He's got room, falls ahead, he's gonna be close. We're gonna see where they mark him. Down to the 1-yard line. It's 1st and goal for the Royals. Drews quickly to the line. Royals want to punch this one in. Mans the handoff. And they're gonna say he was short.
Oh boy, that was close, Calvin. The
Really close.
The Royals moving quickly here, trying to catch the Cohawks off guard in the red zone.
Drews, the snap. He's going to keep it. He's in. Cooper Drews breaks the plane. It's a 2-score lead for the Royals on the keeper from their QB.
Cooper Drews now with 2 rushing touchdowns, and he's been the Royals' offense so far. What a showing from Drews. It's tough to play quarterback right now, and Drews just so calm in the pocket, able to read what he needs to do on those plays. They're kind of run-pass options for the most part, and Drews deciding to take it himself and score the touchdown. 3 touchdowns on the day, 2 rushing and 1 on the passing side.
And the extra point clanks off the upright. It'll be no good. Bankston misses his first of the day. Royals still with a 2-score lead. It's 20-7 here at Royal Stadium. Tyler, a couple of good drives put together by the Royals, and it really starts the rushing attack.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen Jeebly with 45 yards on 6 attempts right now, a 7.5 yards per carry mark. He's been so good, and Tane Mans just kind of pounding it in. I mean, 31 yards on 7 attempts, but we've seen some big plays from him as well. Both of those guys are kind of going to be the slasher and the hammerback, if you've heard that analogy from the NFL level. Both those teams both those players rather are incredible in their respective roles and have got this offense going here early in the first quarter.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Tyler. In that two-headed punch from the backfield is actually what we see from Co-College a lot. We see Tay Mans and we see David Jeebley, and then you look to the Co-College side, and you've got Quincy Drummer and Trayshawn Cunningham, and these are kind of the two teams that you want to see against each other in the weather conditions like this. You want to see two teams that know how to run the football and have other options, but it's a two-headed back on both sides, and it's really awesome to see how this is going to shake out today.
Absolutely. Co showing some life on the offensive side in the last drive. We'll see how they come out in this one. They need to keep this a one-score game, though, if they want a chance to take down these Royals with the way the offense is playing for the Royals side.
The kick return is going to be hauled in at about the 25, and that's about where he'll be hit. And that's where they will set up shop. So Tyler, on the last drive, Brady Kelly came to life. Two big completions on that drive, and they worked their way into the end zone on a 45-yard connection. And we're going to see what he's got in store for us on this one.
Yeah, he's got 2 completions on 3 attempts, but 70 yards and a touchdown. So some huge plays like you mentioned. He's going to be the kick starter for the offense, much like Cooper Drews on the Royals side.
Cunningham takes the snap. He's going to go up the gut. He's stopped by Devin Williams in the secondary, but getting to the second level, and they are going to blow this one dead. So a nice pickup on first down for the Cohawks. It's going to be a gain of about 7, maybe 8 yards. And that'll bring up a second and short.
Yeah, that's what the Cohawks need to rely upon in their running game. They haven't had a whole lot of successful runs up until this point. That was their longest of the day so far. And if they can get some chunk yardage on the ground, it makes things a lot easier for Brady Kelly in the passing game to really get going as well.
Kelly out of the shotgun. He's got Cunningham with him in the backfield. He's going to send a man in motion, and now he's going to hand this one off Cunningham. He's got room to run. He's going to pick up a first down and more before he's taken down by Phil Conan along with a couple others. But a first down for the Cohawks. And that'll bring up first down.
I think the Royals kind of expected, after passing success from Kelly in the first quarter, I think they kind of expected Kelly to come out here and throw the rock a bit again, but we haven't seen that much in this drive, and so far that run game has worked for the Cohawks. I like what they've done.
Kelly back to pass. He's got time now. He's going to go around the far side. He's swallowed up after a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, so second and long here. This is going to be a key play for this Cohawks offense. I'd expect them to go back to the passing game a little bit more than they have, but maybe that's what Coach McElroy and the Royals defense is also expecting, so the Cohawks kind of changing it up a little bit. The run game is huge here, too, in these snowy circumstances.
Cunningham around the far side. He's going to make a man miss. He's going to be close to a first down. They're going to say he's short by about a half a yard. And now that's going to bring up a third and very short.
Yeah, Cunningham has been so good in this drive so far. Some big chunk yardage. And it looks like he's kind of got a little bit more burst than we've seen from Quincy Drummer, the other back. So we'll see who they utilize more in this game, but Cunningham has definitely been more successful up until this point.
So there we go. We've hit the end of the first quarter here in the second round of the national tournament between the Bethel Royals and the Cohawks from Co-College. It's 20-7 in favor of Bethel, but it's a lot of action here at Royal Stadium. We'll be back to start the second quarter. And we're back here to get the second quarter of action started at Royal Stadium, here between the Cohawks from Coe College and the Bethel Royals. It'll be 3rd and short. Handoff goes to Cunningham. He's going to work his way past the first down marker and more. He's across midfield into Royals territory. He picks it up. It's a gain of about 6 on the play.
Yeah, Cunningham with some more burst here on that play. The offensive line for the Cohawks has also been more impressive here on this drive, able to create some more holes, and it feels like the Royals defense playing a little bit more conservative. I don't know if they want to try to avoid any big passing plays and try to keep the coverage over the top, and they're allowing more runs down the middle, but I'm not sure.
And Kelly has trouble with the snap. He's just going to go down. It'll be a loss of about 2 on the play. And we've talked about this already, Tyler, but slippery conditions, that was bound to happen at some point, and there it did to Kelly.
Yeah, I think on that bobbled snap, that was actually one of the better case scenarios for the Cohawks. We've seen balls like that get away from the quarterback, and that can create a huge either loss or a turnover on downs. And so the Cohawks in a good spot despite that fumbled snap to be able to potentially convert.
On 2nd down, it's going to be a handoff up the middle, and good yards coming from the Cohawks here on the rushing attack, Tyler.
Absolutely, yeah, this has been a fantastic drive for them. Runs of 4, 5, or 6 have been what have driven them down the field across midfield. I think they just have to keep leaning that way.
Another run up the middle, and he's got room. He's past the first down marker, and they continue to pick it up on the ground.
And it's interesting to watch this attack, Calvin, because the Royals have been so good at stopping the run across this season. That's been one of their big strengths as a defensive front. But here, the Cohawks finding a lot of success in this drive, and it looks like they're really setting things up for success for the rest of this game.
2nd and medium now as they pick up another 5 or 6 yards on 1st down. Kelly with Drummer in the backfield. Receiver comes in motion to the near side. Kelly's going to drop back to pass, and he's dumped. Oh, what a hit from Phil Conan in the backfield.
Yeah, Conan came unblocked on that left side. I believe that was the running back, Quincy Drummer, who was supposed to drop and block him. But you see, he completely misses that right side of the front and allows Conan to sneak into the backfield and take down Kelly himself. A huge sack, and now a huge 3rd down coming.
Yeah, in the MIAC conference for Bethel, Conan led the conference in sacks at one point during the year, and he comes in unblocked to deliver a hit to Kelly. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Kelly drops back to pass. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to look down the field far side, and he's just going to chuck this one away. That'll bring up 4th and 12. And we'll see what they do here, Tyler. We'll see whether they bring out the punt unit. And they are going to do it. I was curious whether they would just go for it just for the heck of it, just based on the conditions today, but it does look like they are going to boot this one away.
Well, the wind is going to be into the face of the punter, so it's going to be tough to kick a long punt here. I think this is just more of a squib to try to pin the Royals down at their 5 or 10 yard line and make it a long ways for the Royals offense. But a big stop for this Royals defense. Well done after what seemed like a big drive coming for the Cohawks.
This punt's going to go over the head and into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. Devin Williams let that one go, and the Royals offense will come back out onto the field. The defense, there's a fancy saying that they always say, Tyler, bend but don't break, and that's exactly what the Royals defense did on that last drive.
Yeah, absolutely. The Royals defense allowed a lot of chunk yardage, but when it came to the passing plays, they were able to stop Kelly and get that sack, get some incompletions, and that was the key to that drive. That's why they were able to stop the Cohawks. So I think they changed a little bit of how they were doing that secondary, which allowed the Cohawks to find some more success on the ground, but when it came to the passing attack, there was nothing there for Kelly.
Drews takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off up the middle to Tay Mans. He falls ahead for a short gain, maybe 2 yards, on 1st down. Little score update around the NCAA here in the Division III football. For the American Rivers Conference, it's Wartburg over Wheaton 13-7 at the end of the first quarter. And it's St. John's for the MIAC leading in the first quarter as well. Tay Mans takes the screen pass for a nice gain on second down. It's going to bring up first down.
Yeah, I like that play call from Dueling. I like the screen passes. I like the runs up the middle. In this scenario, the Royals just trying to get as many chunk yardage plays as they can. You're not looking for the big downfield 50-yard runs. You're just looking for 10, 5 yards each play, able to churn the yardage and get past the sticks each time.
So it'll be second and short now for the Royals on the pickup from Tay Mans. Drews to take the snap. Has Mans with him. He's going to fake it, go deep down the near side. Rundell a diving effort, but just too far. Drews put just a little bit too much underneath that one, and it goes incomplete.
An interesting thing to note, Calvin, is that was the first target for Albert Rundell this entire game, and he's really been the key guy for the passing attack for the Royals this season. So Coe doing a nice job kind of taking him out of the equation, and just too long there from Drews. Now a big third down as the Royals still have yet to get over midfield.
Drews alone in the backfield. Mans splits out wide to the far side with Terry. Rundell on the near side. Drews is going to keep it. Falls ahead. He's close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it. And they are going to say first down. It's a first down for the Royals, and that's been what Drews has been able to do all day with the rushing attack, Tyler.
Yeah, absolutely. He can choose whether to throw that screenplay or take it up the middle. He liked what he saw on the front, and the offensive line working wonders for the Royals here to start off this first half.
Terry on the near side with Rundell. He's going to take the snap, hand this one off to Mans up the middle. Mans has room. He goes to the far side, making men miss. Makes another one miss. He's inside Coe territory and down to the 25. Oh, Tay Mans couldn't be brought down on that play, and a big gain of 30 yards for the Royals.
Yeah, it's impressive to watch him run. The offensive rookie of the year for the MIAC this season, Tay Mans, has been so impressive for the Royals. 13 touchdowns, but you see the elusiveness on that run, Calvin. He just kept going. He was hit, but then he was able to move past the defender and get to the outside, and he's got so much speed. He's tough to take down, especially in these slippery conditions.
Drews alone in the backfield. He takes the snap. It's a design run. He works it up the middle. He's got room to run. Makes a man miss. He's down close to the 10-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 14 as he was tripped up right there.
I think Drews lost his mouth guard there on the run, so had to move back and pick that one back up. But what a run from him. He's been a key to the rushing attack as well.
Rundell near side. He's hit right at the point of where he was going to catch it. Nice coverage on the play from Kyle Kingsbury on the near side, Tyler.
Yeah, Kingsbury has been there for a couple of those passing plays where he's been able to stay in tight coverage and force incompletions. So nice job by him defending one of D3's best receivers.
Drews out of the shotgun. Sends men in motion. Staska's going to go to the far side. Janes to the far. And it's going to be Staska and Rundell on split out to the near. Drews takes the snap, hands this one off Jeebly. Jeebly goes right up the middle, and he's going to be stopped. Not a big gain, maybe 2 yards. And he's going to be marked down at about the 13-yard line. That's going to bring up third down here for Bethel.
It'll be interesting to see if the Cohawks can get a stop here. What's the decision for McElroy in this offense?
Drews a little bit behind Terry. He does make the catch. He's going to be short of the line to gain. And the Royals offense doesn't even miss a beat. They're going right back to it. It's 4th and 3. Drews out of the shotgun. And it looks like they got him to jump. We're going to see what they're going to call. They're going to talk about this one. Drews went with the hard count. And the Royals think they got him. We'll see what the official call is coming from the head referee. And it looks like it's going to be a false start on the Royals. It looks like they're going to get Tristan Cantu on the near side. So that's going to back him up. And now it looks like the Royals will bring on the field goal unit, Tyler.
Yeah, absolutely pivotal false start there from Cantu. Unfortunate for the Royals and this offensive attack. They wanted to move fast, and the hard count looked like it was maybe working, but unfortunately for the Royals, they have to move back, and now they have to try to kick this in really tough kicking conditions, and McElroy deciding to call a timeout. It'll be interesting to see if they do keep the field goal unit out there.
And maybe they're calling this timeout just to kind of clear a spot here for Bankston. Everybody's going to come in for the Royals, and they're going to get a little help to clear a spot here, Tyler.
Well, like we mentioned, it is one of those games that it's just a winter wonderland out here, and so, you know, I got to clear out a spot and make sure the kick is good.
So it'll be Bankston. A 31-yard try coming here.
Yeah, this is not an easy kick here from Bankston. It's going to be slippery. It's going to be tough to spot, too, in place if you're Albert Rundell, who's out there as the place man. So, I mean, just not ideal conditions whatsoever to kick a field goal, but you're at the yardage spot where you have to do that if you're the Royals, unless you want to play it real risky and maybe give the ball back. You want points on this drive. We'll see. Bankston's been pretty good at this yardage for the Royals. So we'll see if they can trust their kicker in a spot like this.
31-yard try left hash for Bankston. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. Oh, Tyler, we all had our doubts on that one, but Bankston splits the uprights, and it's good from 31 yards.
Well, yeah, I mean, props to Bankston. This is, nobody would want to kick in this scenario, not even NFL kickers. It's cold out there. I'm sure his toes are a little bit numb, but he's able to get it through the uprights, and that's all the Royals need were points on the board. So props to him for kicking that one through the uprights, keeping it straight and true.
Yeah, Tyler, that was a good way to kick off or to end that drive for the Royals. It's 23-7 over Coe College. The Royals lead it by 16 here at home. And what are we going to have to see from Coe College to kind of get this thing moving again? They had a fantastic offensive drive on just their second drive of the game. Brady Kelly was slinging the ball well. What kind of needs to return from that drive to keep them going?
Well, right now it seems like it's kind of a game of chess for both teams. The Royals allowed some big passing plays on that touchdown drive, like you mentioned. That was a great drive for Brady Kelly and the passing attack. But then this most recent drive from the Cohawks, it was run heavy, and that was successful. The Royals trying to take away some of those bigger passing plays, and they were able to get the stop. So I think the Cohawks kind of have to feel out what this Royals defense is going to give them, and they got to stay true to that. If the Royals give them the run plays, then just keep running it up the gut. If the Royals give you the passing plays over the top, then pass it over the top with Brady Kelly.
Yeah, absolutely, Tyler. It's going to be reading the Royals offense and seeing what comes out of that. Coe actually breaking off the the kick return here. It looked like they were swallowed up about the 25-yard line, and then they broke it to the outside on the far side, and they're going to be set up shop well again off of a kick return, Tyler, which is the story of today.
Yeah, no, there's been great yardage so far off the kick returns. Both teams getting past the 30 on every return so far. So the Coe, once again, with good yardage, a good spot to start this drive, and they got to get some points on the board here, Calvin. Their defense able to stop the Royals to a field goal. Now Coe trying to answer back.
Hand off, and he's swallowed up in the backfield by Jake Borman. On the carry, it looked like it was Trayshawn Cunningham, and he's going to pick up a yard. And it'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, we said a lot of Jake Borman's name throughout the season. He's so good at stopping the run like that. He comes on very fast, not afraid to make the tackle, and props to him, able to shoot that lane. And if the Royals want to stop the run, they're going to need some fearless defenders here. It's tough to get hit in the cold. It's tough to do the hitting in the cold, but Borman able to make the stop.
Over the middle, that pass is a little low and too low to handle for Latrell Taylor. That's going to bring up 3rd down. He had him over the middle, Tyler, and that one just a tough throw to make. Into the wind.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the snow is playing a factor. The wind's playing a factor. Tough throw to make. Even without these conditions, just a little bit low. You want to hit him in on the hands there, but you know, Taylor probably could have pulled that one in as well. So it's a tough play from both sides to make.
Kelly back to pass. He's got time, and then he doesn't. It's Thomas Rush coming off the defensive back blitz. And he's dumped in the backfield for a loss of 6. And that'll bring up 4th and long for Coe College.
Yeah, I don't know if I love that passing attack from Coe in that scenario. I think you'd rather see some of those shorter routes up the middle, but Coe was kind of bringing out the verts deep and sending everyone for a deep kind of long passing play, and just did not work out there. Not enough time for Kelly.
So Williams is going to haul this one in on the Royals' 45-yard line. That's where Cooper Drews and the offense will come back out. The Royals with the lead here at home, 23-7, with 6.5 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Tyler, the Royals had a great drive on their last one. We'll see if they can continue that right here.
Yeah, they were able to do exactly what they wanted to do on the last drive. It was just a matter of a false start penalty to end that drive, which forced the field goal from the Royals. We'll see if they continue to go with these short running plays. Cooper Drews will probably run some out of the shotgun again. The Royals kind of leaning into their...
And there he goes. It's Rundell over the middle. Albert Rundell, not a man in sight. And he's in for the score. A 55-yard connection from Drews to Rundell. And Rundell, who has just his 2nd target all day, and boy is it a big one. The Royals break into the end zone once again.
Yeah, some sort of blown coverage there from the Cohawks. There was nobody back deep. They were bringing a lot of men into the box, and Cooper Drews read that beautifully. It was a run-pass option again, the slant route to Rundell. He got enough separation, and he's got the speed to take it to the house. Before the play, I was going to say the Royals need to stick to their identity of run plays and the short passing routes, and Rundell able to make a man miss and go all the way to the end zone. The Royals doing their job, doing exactly what they want to do, and a huge touchdown there.
Bankston's extra point is up and true. Bankston with another extra point. It's 30-7 Bethel Royals here on their home turf.
Yeah, the Royals offense has just continued to work like clockwork. I thought before the game, I talked to you, I thought maybe this snowy weather would kind of slow down both offenses and make it tough to make the big plays, but the Royals just continuing to stay home, do what they do best, run it up the middle with Jeebs and Mans, and then also find some big plays through the air. Despite the weather, the Royals able to rely upon their receiving core and get the job done. I mean, like we said, slant routes are key. Running up the middle is key. We're going to see that from both teams. The Royals just doing a better job of that. And they're also making the stops on defense that they need to make. We've seen a lot of pressure on Brady Kelly so far. We've seen the defense with some great plays, especially on the passing side. They've kind of been so-so on stopping the run, but the Royals doing what they need to do.
Yeah, Tyler, you're absolutely right, and that's what it comes down to, is doing what you need to do. So the Royals are going to boot this one away. Eli Nowosky back to boot it away. High end over end kick. This one's going to get down to the end zone. They're going to field it at the 1. And he's going to take this one up the middle, and he'll be stopped just past the 20-yard line at the 23. And that's where Brady Kelly will come on out with the offense.
Yeah, that was the first good stop for either team on special teams. And that was in part due to the great kick from Eli Nowosky, able to get it all the way down to the goal line. And, I mean, like we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, every yard matters here, Calvin. Both teams have been just a few yards from conversions at times. They've been penalties away from conversions. And so starting at the 24 is a big difference from starting at the 36 on a drive like this.
Hand off to Trayshawn Cunningham up the middle. He's going to work it ahead, and this rushing attack has done well for Co the last couple of drives. Tyler, we've seen them have big chunk plays off of this rushing attack.
Absolutely, and Cunningham has been the go-to guy. He's averaging around 4 yards per carry, and that's really all they need from their running backs, is to be able to get 4 yards and just consistently keep the chains moving. I'm surprised we haven't seen them rely more heavily on the rushing attack over the past couple of drives with the way it's been working.
So second and short here for Co. Kelly, 2 men to the near side, 1 to the far. Takes the snap, he's looking deep, over the middle. That pass is caught and hauled in at the 45. He's going to be swung down short the 44. And a big-time connection from Kelly to Latrell Taylor. And that's a big first down for Co.
Yeah, Taylor, an underrated member of this receiving core for the Co-Hawks, able to get open over the middle.
Cunningham around the near side. He's got room to run. He's going to be swung down by Jackson Braun, but a gain of about 15, maybe 16 yards on first down. And now the Co-Hawks are starting to move.
Yeah, and it looks like they're trying to move quickly as well. They're trying to catch the Royals off guard a little bit and give them a bit of their own medicine. The Royals love to move quick on offense, but the Co-Hawks matching that here.
Screen pass out to the far side. He's got room to run. He's going to be close to the first down. And the Royals want a holding call. They're not going to get it. Fans screaming for it, but a beautiful pickup, Tyler, and now it's second and short. And Co continuing to move quickly, like you said, doing exactly what the Royals do. We're going to see what Kelly has in store on this short down. Man in motion, he's going to hand this one off Cunningham. He goes right up the middle. He's got a first down, and the Co-Hawks continue to move it.
Yeah, the Co-Hawks, I like what they've done here on this drive, just getting those chunk plays, not trying to do too much with the football, not trying to air it out deep, but just able to get the yardage that they need to get the first down and get a couple of big plays as well.
Kelly quick to the line. He's got 2 on the near side, sends a man in motion. He's looking deep over the middle. He can't find anybody. Kelly sprinting out. He lost the football. Conant knocked it out, and he's got it. Phil Conant's got the football. They're going to mark him down. Kelly lost it. And the official call is Bethel Royals football.
Yeah,
Phil Conant.
What a huge play from Phil Conant. I mean, just absolutely electric. Kelly just holding on to the ball for so long, able to get to the edge, and he had no idea Conant was there. He was about to try to release it for a long pass down the near sideline, but Conant gets there at the perfect time to be able to knock that ball loose, and the Royals with a huge turnover towards the end of this first half.
Yeah, Tyler, 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Drews is going to look to the sideline, and he's going to get the call.
We had been waiting for that first big turnover here in the first half. Neither squad forcing a fumble or interception, but the Royals come up big here in the end of the first half, like you mentioned. Now they have a chance to really pile it on here in the second quarter.
Pass is complete to Rundell on the near side. A little comeback route for about 8 yards. That'll bring them up to their own 45. Drews out of the shotgun. He's going to send a man in motion. It's Rundell going to the far side. Drews is going to hand this one off to Jeebly up the middle. He's going to break forward for a first down. They're going to move the chains.
Yeah, credit to Jeebly in this run game. They've been consistent all day for Bethel, and that's a key here in this postseason for the Royals.
And some trouble with the snap. Again, Tyler, you talked about this before with Kelly. Best case scenario there. Drews lost the handle on it, picked it back up, and got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, oh boy, that could have been a disaster for the Royals after recovering a fumble, giving it right back. But like you mentioned, best case scenario, Drews gets that back, able to take it back to the line of scrimmage, and really just an incompletion. So
Drews 2nd and 10. He takes the snap, hands this one off to Jeebly. Jeebly's got room around the far side. He's going to move ahead for a gain of about 5. That'll bring up 3rd and medium here for this Royals offense.
The Royals moving a little bit slower on this drive, trying to take this clock down to the 2-minute timeout like we see. They're doing a nice job on offense, really churning the ball down the field, but a big 3rd down coming after this break.
Yeah, it's 30-7. Bethel over Coe College. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in the first half. And we're back here after the 2-minute warning for the first half of action between the Bethel Royals and the Cohawks from Coe College. We're nearing the end of the first half. Royals with the football on Coe's side of the field, but a big 3rd down. Drews sends 3 to the far side. It's James Staska, and he's going to send Rundell to the near. Takes the snap, hands this one off. It's Mans. Mans makes a man miss at the line of scrimmage. Flag on the play. He's past the first down marker. And he's going to move the chains, but we've got a flag here. It looks like it may be a hold, Tyler.
Yeah, they threw that flag right where the gap was for Mans, and I think this will be a holding, which is huge on this 3rd down. The Royals moving way back, and now Coe may be in a spot where they can get the ball back if they're able to stop the Royals from converting and have a chance to score some points before the end of the half.
So the Royals will be backed up 10. Now we're going to have 3rd and 13. 3rd and long here for the Royals. Drews out of the shotgun. He's going to send Rundell in motion. He takes the snap. Rolling out to his right. He's going to hit Mans. Mans makes one man miss. Can't make another. They're over midfield. Decision time. It looks like they'll probably bring out the punt unit. We'll see. Let this clock roll on down. And here comes the punt unit.
Eli Nowoski, a very good punter for this Royals team. He doesn't have to punt a lot, but when he does, he's got a good boot. We'll see if the weather affects him at all, as it looks like the Cohawks very quickly taking a timeout. They didn't like what they saw on that side, so I'm not sure.
Well, I'm a little curious here, Tyler, because the play clock was running down. I don't know if you saw it. It was down to 3 seconds, and the Cohawks are going to take a timeout. I'm not sure I'm not sure what that was, honestly.
Yeah, there had to be something that they didn't like. Maybe it was a matter of the right people weren't out there on the return team, or they saw maybe the Royals were trying to play some trickery. I'm not sure, but there was something with that, what the Cohawks saw, that they wanted to call the timeout there, and that's big because the Royals forcing the Cohawks to utilize one of their timeouts, and now they're bringing out the offense to maybe convert the first down. They're trying to really play mind games with this Cohawks defense.
I mean, this is very interesting, Tyler. Something I haven't seen. The Cohawks had to waste one of their timeouts, which would have been crucial if they can get this turnover. Drews coming out. He's going to get the play call. I'm going to switch out a couple of guys here. Riley Gritz comes into the game. He'll be in the backfield. Vibrock on the far side. Drews. And all that was the Royals coming back out to try and draw him off sides. Honestly, you were kind of right, a little bit of trickery, because then the Royals bring out their offense, try and confuse the Cohawks, and now it looks like they will just call a timeout and they'll send out the punt team.
Well, I mentioned earlier, towards the end of the first quarter, these two teams are playing chess right now. McElroy loves a little bit of trickery. He loves to kind of change up looks for the defense, and you're absolutely right. It's just a matter of the Royals trying to take advantage of the Cohawks a little bit, force them to use a timeout, which is big because the Cohawks just 1:45 left for this next drive, and that trickery played off in the long run. We'll see if the Cohawks can still utilize this drive to maybe get some points on before the end of the half.
So Nowatzki comes out to boot this one away for the Royals. Try and pin the Cohawks back deep with 1:45 on the clock here in the first half. Takes the snap, and oh, that one was almost blocked. That ball's going to go all the way down, and we'll see where they spot this one. It hit a Royal at about the 10-yard line, and it looks like that is where they will mark it. They're going to mark it at the 10-yard line here for the Cohawks, and that's where their offense will come back out. But with only 2 timeouts now, Tyler.
Yeah, 1:35, 2 timeouts. I mean, we've seen Brady Kelly with some big pass plays already in this game, so it's certainly not out of the question that he's able to convert this, but it's going to be a tough drive regardless. I mean, it's tough to throw the ball right now. It's tough to get it over the top. I'm sure the Royals kind of expecting the pass play here.
And the first one is a pass out to the near side. Nice pitch and catch. And that's going to be close to a first down. They're going to mark him for a gain of about 8 yards.
And those are the type of chunk plays that the Cohawks want here, 8 to 10 yards on the passes. And you're not afraid to throw the ball away either.
Kelly sprinting out. He's just going to chuck this one to his sideline. Incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and short. Now just like that, Tyler, if the Royals can make a big stop here deep in Cohawks territory, it's going to be a question of if the Royals want to try and get some more points on the board here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious to see what the Cohawks bring out here and whether they're thinking 4-down territory maybe.
He's stopped. He's going to be short of the first down. And we're going to get a timeout immediately by this Royal squad. It's going to be 4th and 1 here for the Cohawks offense. And it's going to be Bethel's final timeout, Tyler. But with 1:19 on the clock and the Cohawks pinned inside their own 20, the Royals are going to have another shot at this.
Yeah, potentially. It's risky, 1:19, but as the Cohawks do maybe consider going for this and catching the Royals off guard a little bit, I don't think it's impossible. I think there's a huge deficit already. You've got a big hole to climb out of, and you receive to start the second half. Maybe that's going to play a factor too. I'm not sure, but we've already seen some trickery from this team. Right. We've already seen them willing to make some risky play calls, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them bring the offense back out here and try to convert on this 4th and very short.
And Tyler, we'll see what happens here. They do have the offense out there. We're going to see if they are going to go for this or if they're just going to try and draw them off deep in their own territory. I can't imagine they snap this football. But Kelly's back out here. He's going to send a man in motion. And it's going to be a false start on the Cohawks. So Kelly, yeah, just using the hard count there, Tyler. You were right, they did bring the offense back out. But unfortunately on the near side, we're gonna get a false start. It looked like it was Devin Kolosh who just moved. And now they're gonna have to boot this ball away.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not sure if they snap that regardless. Like you mentioned, it's risky to snap that. But there's always a possibility. You don't know what teams are thinking in that scenario if they want to try to pull out a surge here to end the first half.
This punt's going to get a Cohawks bounce past midfield. And it's going to stop the roll at the 45-yard line of the Royals. And that's where the Bethel offense will come on out. The refs are going to talk about something here, and we'll see what they're talking about.
There's a flag over there on the far side.
And so now we're back to it here, Tyler. I did see a jump. I just didn't know they threw a flag, but you're right. There is a flag on the far side. And now Coe College can set right back up here. This is back to the original scenario before the false start. It's going to be 4th and 1.
And Brady Kelly coming back out. Do they potentially snap this, or what's the situation here? Coe still has 2 timeouts. So do they try to draw him off and then once again take a timeout and punt it? Oh, it looks like they're bringing out the punt team regardless.
Oh, interesting. I guess try and get a better boot downfield is the thought process here. We'll see what happens. Wow. Okay. I think we both just held our breath there for a second because who knew what was going to happen? An interesting play. It's going to be Devin Williams making the fair catch, and he does hang on to it. But actually, Tyler, the Royals are going to get 5 yards further than they were on the first boot. So an interesting call there, and we're going to see how that benefits the Royals or maybe benefits Coe.
Yeah, for sure. They do have 9 less seconds, though. I'm not sure if that's going to play a factor, but that punt did take some time off the clock. The Royals with no more timeouts, so they're going to have to move quickly, but they're very comfortable moving quickly. They do that regardless of the circumstance, so we're going to see some typical Royals offense here, maybe airing the ball out a little bit more than they generally do.
Drews takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Jeebly up the middle. He gains good yards on first down. He's going to be close to the marker. It's going to be a gain of 9. Royals moving quickly. Clock down to 45 seconds. Drews out of the shotgun, takes the snap, looks near side. He's got Rundell. He's pulled down, and a flag comes in. A flag does come in at the last second. We've got an injured player on the field, but we are going to look at the flag. Rundell was pulled down before the ball got there. This is going to be a pass interference, but right now the concern is for Jack Clarahan, the Coe College linebacker.
Yeah, and that's a big concern. Clarahan, one of the better defenders in the middle of the field for Coe with 62 tackles on the season. He's been great. So hopefully he's okay. We've talked about it all game long, but it's tough to plant right now. It's tough to try to make those plays on the ball, and I didn't quite see what he went down with, but prayers up for him, and hopefully he's able to come back and help this Coe defense out.
He is going to be helped to his feet, and he will walk off under his own power. So Clarahan will exit. And Tyler, I don't know if you saw that, while Clarahan was down, they actually picked up the flag on the field as they said the ball was tipped. And if a ball gets tipped, you cannot throw a flag for pass interference. So the refs discussed it, and they will say that that ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it will bring up 3rd and short for the Royals offense.
Interesting. Yeah, it was certainly a lot of contact there on the defensive back, but yeah, a tip ball is huge for Co now, a big 3rd down, just 40 seconds left on the clock.
Jeebly up the middle, he's got room to run and more. He's past the 1st down, and he'll have a gain of about 7 or 8 yards. Clock continues to run, down to 30 seconds. Drews takes the snap, rolls out to his right. He's got time to throw. He's going to take a shot. It's Vbrock on the sideline. Out of bounds he goes. That stops the clock. The best case scenario for Bethel.
Yeah, absolutely a huge passing play there, and a dart thrown by Cooper Drews. What an accurate pass, and he's done that all season long. It's been so impressive to watch how he's grown as a passer. He's able to make those big plays, even in scenarios where, you know, the clock is running. It's a big drive here for the Royals, and a big chunk yardage, like you said, best case scenario with Vbrock going out of bounds.
He's going to send Chains and Rundell to the far side. Drews sends Jeebly in motion. He takes the snap. Over the middle, and that pass is intercepted. It's intercepted over the middle by a Co-College linebacker. And that one's going to be returned about 15 yards. That pass was intercepted by number 44, Samuel Beecher. The freshman linebacker got his hands on Drew's pass and was able to intercept that one with just 14 seconds to go in the quarter.
Yeah, I think that ball was also tipped at the line, Calvin. It popped up a little bit and was not the darts that we normally see from Drew. So I'm assuming it was tipped at the line, and then Beecher able to, really the only man in the area able to make a play on that ball, and he comes down with that. A huge turnover for Co, and now thinking towards the second half, they get the ball back. They get a chance to make this a 2-possession game if they score a touchdown on their next drive. And yeah, I mean, that turnover could be a big difference maker for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Tyler, I'll tell you what, that was huge for Co-College. Kelly's going to take the snap. He's going to throw this one over the middle. It's incomplete. But to your point, Tyler, you're absolutely right. This could be a big turning point. They received the kick at the second half, like you said. And if they score, it's just a 2-score game. This is very much not out of it if you're Co-College, and that's a costly turnover for Bethel.
Yeah, and props to the defensive line for Co getting their hands on a couple of balls in that drive and really blowing things up.
Kelly all day in the pocket. He's going to dump this one off to Drummers. Drummers makes one man miss, and he lost the football. It's recovered by the Royals and Phil Conant. They are going to say it's Royals ball, but the clock is at 0, Tyler, so it looks like this one will just be brought to halftime. Conant was able to jump on that one. The Royals are asking if they can get one more second on the clock here. The refs are going to discuss this one. And we'll see what they call. And they will say the clock goes to 0, and that will end the first half. So that will do it here in the first half of action between the Bethel Royals and the Co-Hawks from Co-College here in the second round of the NCAA tournament. Tyler, we had an action-packed first half. We're going to be looking for more after halftime right here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this coverage of the second round here in the NCAA tournament right here in Arden Hills, Minnesota, between the Bethel Royals and the Cohawks from Coe College. Tyler, we had an action-packed first half, but first, let's look around the NCAA and kind of see how this round's going across the country.
Yeah, it's been an interesting second round here, Calvin. Right now, Wisconsin, Platteville, and Alma are just a 3-point difference here. Platteville leading 10-7 over Alma. Whoever wins that game will play the winner of this game, so that's a key matchup to watch. And on the other side of the bracket, Whitewater is currently losing to DePauw 10-7. St. John's leading Monmouth 21-9. And then a game to really watch, North Central, who's one of the best teams in NC 3A, and 10-0 is the score over Hanover. That's going to be one to watch for sure, because if North Central goes down, it's going to be an easier ride on this side of the bracket. Another key one for the American Rivers Conference, Wartburg currently leading Wheaton 13-7. So another one-score game. A lot of one-score games across Division III here, Calvin. It's going to be an interesting second round, and we'll keep you updated on the scores for the rest of the game.
Yeah, we absolutely will. Thank you, Tyler. That is your recap of some second round action across the country. And like Tyler said, a lot of close games to keep your eye on. This is an action-packed Saturday here on Thanksgiving weekend. We're ready to get the second half started right here at Royal Stadium, home of the Bethel Royals. They're booting it away to the Cohawks. And here we go. We're underway in quarter number 3. The kick is taken along the near side. He's going to fall ahead to the 29-yard line. That's where he'll set up shop. The Cohawks coming back on with Kelly.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge drive, Calvin. The Cohawks had some success on the offensive side, but just weren't able to put together a whole lot of great drives. The Royals defense able to stop them in key areas, and we only saw Kelly throw 11 passes in the first half. We'll see if they kind of go more towards him here in the second half. He had some success, 113 yards and a touchdown, but they also need to lean on the run game a little bit. We saw some drives where the run game was working and some where it wasn't. It'll be interesting to see what's successful for Coe.
Kelly, pass over the middle, is hauled in, and that'll be a gain of about 15 yards. Good play on first down for the Cohawks. They come out swinging.
Yeah.
Nice connection.
Yeah, absolutely. I think those intermediate passing plays are going to be the key for the Cohawks. We didn't see them utilize the middle of the field a lot in the first half. They need to do that if they want to get this offense moving downfield and potentially score on this first drive.
And off to Trayshawn Cunningham up the middle. He's going to be stopped by Devin Williams after a gain of about 4 yards. That'll bring up second and medium here for the Cohawks. That rushing attack has been a key for them today, Tyler.
Yeah, Trayshawn Cunningham, 52 yards on 10 attempts now, around a 5-yard per carry mark. He's been great up the middle for the Cohawks, and you know, they're going to need that here in the second half to really get things going.
Kelly is just going to dump this one off to Cunningham, and he's going to get a gain of about 4 yards, close to the first down. We'll see where they mark it here. They are going to mark him about a yard short. It's going to bring up third and very short here. Quick to the line, the Cohawks go. Brady Kelly takes the snap. He's going to hand it off Cunningham. Cunningham over the right side. He has the first down, not by much, but he is going to move the chains.
I like that succession of plays from the Cohawks, just taking what the defense gives you, not trying to air it out too much, but Kelly just giving it off to Cunningham, who's making the moves, able to convert that first down.
Cunningham up the middle, swallowed up by Marcus Whiting. No gain on the play. Marcus Whiting shot right through the A-gap, and he was able to make the tackle on Cunningham.
Yeah, we haven't called out Marcus Whiting's name a lot here today, but he's another one of those star players on the defensive line for the Royals, finally coming up with a big tackle, and that's a huge stop on first down, because all of a sudden it's second and long, and it becomes a lot tougher to convert.
Kelly takes the snap, rolls out to his left. He's got heavy pressure on him. He just has to get this ball away. Borman was right in his face off a blitz. And it's going to bring up third and long.
Yeah, and McElroy not afraid to bring a lot of different blitz packages against Kelly. We've already seen a couple of big sacks and a fumble on one of those blitzes. The Royals are going to try to put as much pressure as possible here on the Hawks quarterback, and they've been successful in that area so far.
Kelly out of the shotgun. He takes the snap. He's got time to throw. He's going to swing this out to the near side, and that's going to go for no gain. A big stop on the play by Nick Collier. Was a little shaken up on the play, Tyler, but he comes up with a big hit on the near side to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and that's a huge stop. We saw the Hawks kind of moving the ball nicely early, getting a couple of first downs, but then the Royals coming right back and getting a couple of big stops, and it all started with that Marcus Whiting stop on 1st down. After that, the Hawks had to try to make some bigger passing plays, and the Royals able to bring pressure. It's 1st down, that's the key here, and the Hawks slowed down, and now the Royals going to bring the offense back out.
It looks like we're going to get a false start here early, a flag on the play. They're going to blow this one dead. And so they are going to back this one up 5 yards on a false start on the near side. Couldn't tell who it was, Tyler, but it looked like it was MJ Mitchell on the near side. So that'll back him up to midfield. Snap and the boot. A low spiraling kick. That one's going to bounce at the 30 and go down to the 28. A short kick, and that's where the Royals are going to set up shop.
Yeah, the punt unit for the Hawks has had quite a bit of challenges so far. A block punt in the first drive for the Hawks set the Royals up for an easy 2nd touchdown, and there just hasn't been a whole lot of yardage on those punts. And a lot of that probably is due to the weather, but you have to wonder, are the Hawks kind of losing faith in their punting unit at all, or are they willing to just give it back to the Royals with decent yardage off that?
Drews takes the snap, hands this one off to Jeebly along the far side. He's going to fall ahead after a gain of 4. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And how consistent has he been all game long? Hasn't been necessarily the star of the game for the Royals, but he's been able to churn out yardage and keep drives moving.
And a screen pass out to the near side goes incomplete, intended for Vbrock. Good coverage on the play by Kyle Kingsbury, and that's a name we've brought up a few times, Tyler. He has been excellent in coverage in the secondary for the Hawks.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a big reason why the Hawks have been able to kind of take Albert Rundell out of the game, but now he's in coverage on the near side and forcing a lot of incompletions right now and kind of slowing down some of these Royals drives.
Drews takes the snap, gives it off to Rundell. Rundell coming to the near side, and that one's going to be caught, but it's going to be a gain of only 1. And that's going to bring up 4th down. So it looks like the Royals will send out the punt unit. And they will. So a big stop from the Hawks there, Tyler, and that should build a little momentum coming into this next offensive drive.
Yeah, absolutely. They needed a defensive stop, Calvin. Those have been hard to come by for the Hawks defense. It's been a defense that has had some ups and downs throughout the season, but they were just coming off of a win where they only allowed 7 points in the first round of the NCAA playoffs.
The punt is blocked by the Hawks, and they're going to return this one. Here they go. They're off to the races, hauled down inside the 10, but a huge break for the Hawks. Oh, what a play from College. And just like that, they're deep into enemy territory, borderline to the end zone. It looked like it was Keegan Hissler on the return. I couldn't see who got the block. But what a play and what a turn of events for
Yeah, the second block punt we've seen here today, one for each side. Now, something's got to be a little bit slower in that exchange between the long snapper and the punter. It's tough to get punts off right now, and that block punt, huge for the Hawks. Like you said, setting them up perfectly for a second touchdown here, and they could make this a 2-score game potentially.
Snap to Kelly. He's going to hand this one off. up the middle, and he's in. A one-play drive gets Coe College in the end zone. It's Quincy Drummer who breaks the plane, and Coe is on the board with their second touchdown of the day.
That's the spark this team needed. They needed some sort of big turnover, some sort of big play that put them in a spot for another touchdown. They needed to bring this one closer. They got a good stop on defense, a huge block punt, a touchdown, and now they're set up to maybe make this a closer game and give the Royals a run for their money after starting off quite slow both offensively and defensively.
So pending the extra point, Coe broke the plane. And the extra point is up and true, 30-14. Coe cuts the lead to a 2-score lead here for the Royals. They'll be back out on offense. Coming up right here, Tyler, a big blocked punt for Coe College. Leaves them deep into the red zone, and they're able to punch it in on one play with Quincy Drummer. Just like that, they're up to 14 on the board.
Yeah, the Royals need to come out here in this drive and just kind of stick to what they've been doing well. They need to run the ball well. They need to find those passing plays. Like in that drive, the Royals really kind of got what they wanted. They just were unable to get the chunk yardage on that screenplay, and that was really the difference between that drive maybe moving somewhere and that block punt, which ended up in a touchdown. The Royals got to stay true to what's been working. They got to rely upon those short to intermediate routes through the air, and then Cooper Drews and the two tailbacks doing a nice job on the ground. Cooper Drews has been running the ball well, so he's another guy that we saw him take a lot of keepers in the first half. Maybe we'll see a bit more to that. He's got a big frame. You probably don't want to tackle him if you're on the defense, and so maybe we'll see the Royals rely a little bit more on him through the run game as well.
Yeah, we're going to look to see what the Royals have in store on this offensive possession. Coe is ready to boot this ball away after their one-play touchdown drive. Jake Collette is back to kick this one deep. This one is hauled in at the 15. Berkman makes a man miss at the 25, up to the 30, ball's out. Ball is out, it's still loose. A fight for the loose ball. We'll see who comes away with it. It looked like the Royals recovered, and they do. They're gonna say this is Bethel football, but some scary, scary sights if you're a Royals fan. And Coe College nearly got their turnover.
Oh my, that was, yeah, that could have been a huge difference maker in this game, Calvin. If Coe could have gotten 2 turnovers on special teams back to back, that gives them a boost. And even without recovering that fumble, that probably puts a little bit more confidence into this defense coming out, trying to come up with another stop. We'll see if the Royals can get back to what's been working on offense.
Drews takes the snap. He's gonna go down the near side. It's Tyler Terry hauling it in. A big gain and connection from Drews to Terry. And that connection has worked so far today. Tyler Terry now has 4 catches for around 50 yards on the day. And he's done a nice job out wide. Drews out of the shotgun. He's got one to the near side, one to the far. He's gonna take the snap. He hands this one off. Jeebley can't find his footing. He's gonna fall ahead. But there's those slippery conditions we've seen so far today. Drews has Jeebley and Janes with him in the backfield. Rundell split out to the near side. They're gonna hand this one off to Jeebley. He goes up the middle, and he's not gonna get much. It's gonna be a gain of 3 yards, and that's gonna bring up 3rd and 5 for the Royals. So Coe College can make things interesting with a stop right here. Drews with Jeebley. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. He's gonna fire to the near side. That one's caught by Rundell. He makes a man miss. Now he goes to the middle of the field, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown Royals! Albert Rundell, on a play that looked like it was a gain of 15, turns it into a gain of 50. and it's 36-14 Bethel.
I mean, it's been one of the more quiet days we've seen from Albert Rundell in recent memory, but Rundell coming out with a huge play, like you said, looked like just a gain of 15, but he has such a great amount of burst, able to move by the defenders and make a great cut back up in the middle of field. It's so impressive to watch his agility. Even in these conditions, he's able to make some great moves and score the touchdown. Now 112 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day. Just 4 receptions for him, Calvin.
Yeah, Tyler, that ratio is just ridiculous. Albert Rundell, we've seen him do it all year. He's the leading receiver in Division III football by a wide margin. And today, just 4 catches for 112, like you said. He's gotten himself into the end zone twice, and now he's looking like the Albert Rundell we've seen all year.
Absolutely. We knew that the Royals were going to need to utilize him at some point in this game if they wanted to continue to remain dominant on offense, and they've done that. He's had a couple of huge plays. He's just a playmaker. He's a baller, and we've seen that all season long. He's been such a key part of this offense, and once again coming back out even in a day like today and making the plays he needs to make so that the Royals can stay on top. And that's an answer to that block punt. That's a huge answer. The momentum felt like it was kind of shifting towards Coe, but then a big play like that puts the Royals right back in the driver's seat in terms of energy.
Yeah, and Tyler, we can absolutely talk about that momentum. Coe College blocked the punt and got into the end zone on 1 possession. And like you said, that made it just a 2-score game. It was a 16-point game, and then Bethel comes out with a 2-play drive for 60 yards. And that's the kind of thing that Bethel does. It's incredible to watch, but Coe was right there. And now that turns it into a 3-score game, and just like that puts them right back where they were. On the kick, it's taken at about the 5-yard line. A big burst for Coe. They're off to the races. Past the 50, into enemy territory, and hauled down at the 42-yard line. There you go, Tyler. Yet another big return on the day. And I know we've talked about this a lot, but special teams has been a big emphasis for both sides to work on today.
Oh, absolutely. It's been tough covering up those gaps on special teams. The Royals' return defense just hasn't been as good as it's been in previous games, and really neither team has been able to cover up the lanes, and so just a great return. Eli Nowaski was the last man there, the kicker for the Royals, able to make that tackle, so props to him making that play, but now great yardage to start out here for the Cohawks.
Cunningham making people miss around the near side, and he's going to be hauled down after a gain of 5 yards, and Cunningham is down on the play. And it looks like he's just cramping. They're going to stretch him out. And they are going to come check him out. He takes a seat. 8.5 to play here in the 3rd quarter. And Trayshawn Cunningham, fortunately, looks like he's just cramping, Tyler, so it looks like he'll be okay. But yeah, we can go back and talk about special teams. That's been such a big emphasis. You talked about the coverage on both sides and also the turnovers like we've talked about. 2 blocked punts, and it's just been a chaotic day on the kicks for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you get in winter football. It's tough to play football in this type of weather. It's fun to play football, but it's tough to play football. And we've seen some, some bobbles, some missed kicks, some late deliveries on the punts. And yeah, the coverage just hasn't been great for either side on the kickoff returns. I'm not sure how much of the weather is playing a factor, but it's got to be playing some sort of factor in this game on the special teams side, because nobody really looks comfortable on that side of the ball.
Yeah, Tyler, you're absolutely right. The comfortability is a big thing in weather like this, and it's definitely had its mark today. Kelly back out on offense with the Cohawks. He's going to take the snap, roll out to the right, heavy pressure on him, and he's just going to chuck this one down the far side and away, as he was hit on the play by Jake Borman in the backfield again. Tyler, there's our man once again. We've talked about him so many times today on the broadcast, and he was heavy on the blitz once again.
Yeah, he's been just an absolute force on defense all season long for the Royals. It's been fun to watch this guy work, and he's got so much burst. It's tough to block him because he's coming in from these linebacker spots where there's not a blocker assigned to him, so he's able to get into the backfield quickly and make plays.
Drummer up the middle. He's got room to run. Beautiful carry from Quincy Drummer. And he's into the second level. And he's going to have a gain of about 10 to 12 yards on the play, and it's a first down and more for the Cohawks. They're deep in enemy territory, setting up at the 26.
Yeah, and it's impressive to watch them rely upon that run game, even in a more of a passing situation with 3rd down and 6 maybe. But they're able to go back to the run game with some trust and get that first down.
Drummer into the second level, and he's forward. We're going to see where they mark it. They are going to move the chains. 2 carries, 2 first downs for the Cohawks, back to back, and now they're deep into the red zone. They're at the 15. Kelly calls the shots to the line. He's got Drummer with him in the backfield. 1 split out to the near side, 1 to the far. Kelly motions Drummer over to his far side. Now back to his near. Brady Kelly, he'll take the snap. He's going to hand this one off to Drummer, and Drummer slips. Slips right off the handoff, and it'll go for no gain.
Yeah, there was nowhere to go regardless there. You could see the defensive front just pushing through there and able to close up any gaps for Drummer. I think he was trying to cut to the left side of the front there, but it's just so hard to make those quick moves on the offensive side of the ball, and his feet failed him in that moment. We've seen that a little bit here today, where guys are just tripping up on these snowy grounds.
2nd down, hand off to Drummer. Drummer up the middle, and he's dumped after a gain of about 4. A big hit by Jackson Braun on the play. And now it's going to bring up 3rd and medium. It's going to be about 3rd and 6 here for the Cohawks. And a big stop needed for the Royals, but the Cohawks need to punch this one in, and Tyler, this is 4-down territory.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure the Cohawks are thinking that right here. Looks like they're bringing out their passing unit.
Handoff up the middle, and he's going to go for about 2 yards.
Yeah, they brought out their passing unit. Isaiah Lee really hasn't gotten that many attempts on the ground, but they brought out the passing guys, but decide to go back to the ground, maybe trying to catch the Royals off guard a little bit. And now we'll see what they try to call here on 4th down. Huge 4th down try for the Cohawks in the red zone.
4th down for the Royals, or excuse me, for the Cohawks. Royals fans on their feet. A big stop is needed here for the Royals. The Cohawks looking to punch this one in. 4th and 3, Kelly takes the snap. He looks over the middle, he has a man, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. The Cohawks able to break the plane, and he's in. And we will have to take a second here. We have an injured player out on the field. And right before the touchdown, the catch was made in the end zone by Latrell Taylor, who's had a nice day for himself.
Looks like it's Sam Colbaum down for the Royals defense.
Yeah, and Tyler, was behind the play. I don't know if you saw what happened, but I certainly didn't. Looks like he's holding that right leg. We will see what comes from this.
Yeah, no, I did not see that watching the play as well. I mean, the muscles are cold right now. The tendons are cold, and it's a lot easier to pull something or to strain something, and hopefully he's okay. It looks like he's trying to make his way off the field, but not putting weight on that right foot. it's just too easy to end up, I mean, hurting yourself pretty badly in these conditions. So hopefully Kolbaum doesn't have anything severe. Hopefully it's just something minor. But yeah, again, prayers up for him. And you never love to see injuries in big games like this.
No, not at all. And like you said, not putting any pressure on that right foot. So we'll see what comes from that. We'll get you an update as soon as we have it. Right now, extra point pending for the Cohawks. This would make it a 2-score game. Snap, kick is up, and it's blocked. The extra point blocked by the Royals. And he hands the ball off to Jackson Braun, who tried to take it down the field, but the refs blew it dead. Braun was off to the races, as it looks like it was Nick Collier, I think, who handed him the football. But how about that one, Tyler? A blocked extra point is actually very crucial for the Bethel Royals because they have just kept this one from being a 2-score game. But Braun tried a bit of trickery there, and it didn't pay off.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is, again, the same story all game long. Special teams is tricky right now, and the Cohawks struggling to get the snap off quickly and get that set quickly. It's tough. It's really tough in these conditions. It's fun to watch. You never know what's going to happen on any given snap, and that's the joys of winter football. That's the joys of like a snow bowl like this one, and so, I mean, props to the Royals special teams sticking with every single play, and yeah, like you said, a little bit of fun trickery towards the end of that play. I'm not sure how the officials would have ruled that if they kept the play going, but yeah, props to Braun for trying to figure out a way to get some points off of that play.
So we're getting ready to boot this one back away. Colette will be back to boot it. Berkman and Gritz are back deep to receive for the Royals. 37-20 in favor of Bethel on their home turf. This kick, a short kick, is going to be taken by Berkman, and he's just going to go down. So he will go down at the 25-yard line, and that's where Drews and the Royals offense will come back out. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's been a tight game on the special teams side. Like, just you can't make any type of error, whether it's kickoff return, kickoff defense, the extra points, the punts. Like, you can't make mistakes or otherwise something's going to go wrong. Luckily for the Cohawks there, the Royals just unable to kind of get any type of momentum, had to fall down on the ball, and now a long ways to go for this Royals offense.
Jeebly is stacked up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. That'll bring up second down. We'll see how quickly the Royals decide to move now on offense. Drews is going to get the call from the sideline. Jeebly splits out wide to the near side. Janes goes all the way to the far. Drews on the keeper up the middle. He's got room to run across the 35 up to the 37. And he has a first down on a gain of about 12 on the play. Down to 4 minutes on the clock left in the third quarter here.
Yeah, absolutely the right call there. Nobody up the middle for this Cohawk defense, and Drew's able to get quite the big gain on the carry.
He's going to take another carry up the middle. And it's a gain of 5 for the Royals quarterback.
We talked about him being tough to take down with his big frame. The Royals can rely upon him to do that in spots where they need a decent chunk. And he's been successful on the run game all day long.
Jeebly takes the handoff. He's hit in the backfield, and now he breaks free. Stiff arm gets him over midfield, and he's into Cohawks territory. It's David Jeebly continuing to push the tempo and break tackles on his runs.
Yeah, he's been one of the hidden gems of the game for the Royals. Just a nice job running hard, not going down while he's hitting the backfield. Able to do a nice job on that run game.
Drews to the near side, caught by Rundell. Rundell will go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And it's a gain of about 18 yards here, Tyler. Rundell quickly building his numbers on the game. Vibrock and Rundell on the near side. It's Terry on the far. Jeebly, the man in the backfield. Drews hands this one off. Jeebly. He goes up the middle. He's stacked up after a gain of about 1. Getting there first, it looked like it was Brant Tidro for the Cohawks. That'll bring up 2nd and long here for the Royals. Drews, Jeebly with him. 3 to the far side. He's going to send Rundell in motion. Drews in the pocket, gives it off Jeebly. Jeebly turns around, tries to make a man miss, and he's hit hard. Nice tackle made on the play by Jack Clarahan. 3rd and short.
That was one of the few plays where the Cohawks were able to get a good amount of pressure on Drews, and Drews still staying calm, able to find Jeebly and get a solid yardage. He's played so well today on the offensive side of the ball.
Catch made by Rundell. He lost the football. It's going to go out of bounds. They're going to say it was a completed pass. They're going to mark him where he originally lost the football. So they're going to move the chains. It's going to be a 1st down. The Royals catch a break with that one going out of bounds. Drews out of the shotgun from the Cohawks 20-yard line. Sends a man in motion. Takes the snap, hands it off Ian Berkman. Berkman right up the middle. He's got room to run down inside the 10 and close to the 5. Drews quickly back to the line. He has Berkman with him. Vibrock split out to the near side. Drews is going to wait. He's going to get the call from the sideline. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Staska and Rundell on the far side. Rundell in the slot. Drews sends a man in motion. Takes the snap. Design run. He's going to keep it. Close to the end zone. They're going to mark him short down at the 2. We'll see how quick they're going to go here. And they're going right back to the line. Drews out of the shotgun. He's got Berkman with him. He's going to wait. He's going to get the call. And they may just let this one go down. And the clock's going to expire here for the end of the 3rd quarter. Royals lead it 37-20, and they're knocking on the door to punch it in again. 4th quarter coming up. And we're back to the action here in the 4th quarter of play. We're ready to get things going. Royals knocking on the door. Drews in the shotgun. Sends everybody in motion. Staska and Rundell on the near side. Jeebly in the backfield. He takes the snap, hands it off Jeebly. Right up the middle, and he's in. Jeebly breaks the plane, and the Royals add another touchdown to their total. It's 43-20 here at home.
Yeah, an awesome drive there from the Royals, just doing what they need to get done, being calm, being collected throughout the drive. We saw some good run plays. We saw Cooper Drews with some good keepers and some big pass plays. Albert Rundell getting open, getting the separation. You know, Calvin, this is the offense that the Royals are highly touted for. This is why they're one of the top 5 teams in Division III. And they've done a nice job all game long of just remaining consistent. Even if they, you know, have that blocked punt, they're able to come right back out and do what they need to do to get the job done, to continue to put points on the board. They haven't really stalled out at all this game, and this is an offense to watch throughout the rest of this postseason if they can advance to the next round.
Yeah, Tyler, you're absolutely right, and it's 44-20. Now Bethel leads. We're going to get you an update around the country here in the second round of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, right now, Wisconsin-Platteville leading Alma 24-7, so they've kind of extended that lead quite a bit in the fourth quarter. Looks like Platteville will move on to the next round. North Central now leading 23-0 over Hanover, and Wartburg 16-14 against Wheaton right now in the third quarter. That's a close one. Whitewater and DePauw still within 1 touchdown, 23-17 in favor of DePauw, and St. John's 35-9 right now. They're very handily leading Monmouth, and River Falls just handling Chapman 44-7. So it looks like River Falls and St. John's going to face off in the next round. That'll be a fun game to watch. A lot of big games happening right now, and we'll see if the Royals can pull this one out, but it looks like whoever wins this game will most likely be facing Platteville in the next round.
Yeah, Tyler, you're absolutely right, and there's a good amount of close games left right now. It's going to, I mean, those of you in the American Rivers Conference, it's going to be exciting to see how that Wartburg game shakes out at the end of the day. Just a 2-point lead for them. That's going to be a one to keep your eye on. Cohawks will take over the football here to start the fourth quarter. Off the kick from Eli Nowoski. Royals defense comes back out. 24-point lead for Bethel on their home turf.
The Royals defense has been impressive here today. The Cohawks really, while there has been some success on the offensive side, they really haven't been able to put things together all that much. And so the Royals defense just avoiding too many big plays over the top, too many big passing plays. They're holding Kelly to right around 100 yards right now. It looks like he's got 141 yards, 2 touchdowns, a 58 completion percentage. So it's not like been one of Kelly's best games through the air. It's been impressive to watch this defense go about stopping a very good Cohawks offense.
Kelly out of the shotgun on second and short. He's looking down the near side, and they're going to say incomplete. It was into the hands for a second, and then out of the hands of Devin Kolosh. And now that brings up third and short on their half of the field. Regardless, this is 4-down territory for Coe College.
Absolutely. I mean, they're in a spot where technically it's a 3-possession game if they can get a few 2-point conversions, but you got to be scoring on every single drive at this point in the game.
Handoff goes to Drummers up the middle. He's got the first down and more. Nice run for Quincy Drummers on third down. Gain of 10. That'll move him just over midfield.
And you're going to see basically a no-huddle type of offense from Coe for the rest of the game. They're going to try to move quickly here. They're more of a huddle-centric team, but you can see Brady Kelly just getting the calls from the sideline, and they're going to keep going. They're not going to let a lot of time tick off the clock.
Kelly out of the shotgun, takes the snap, goes near side on a screen pass. That one's hauled in, and he makes the catch, makes some men miss. And a beautiful connection to Jaron Centers on first down. He's close to a first down. It's going to be a 9-yard gain. And Coe College starts to move the football.
Yeah, we've seen them move the football like this on quite a few drives. The key for them is not stalling out at this point in the field. The middle of the field has been a bit of a struggle for the Cohawks offensively. They got to move it down into the red zone and get a chance at the end zone.
That pass into the turf. And we've got an injury on the play. We're going to see who this is in the backfield. He's going to bring himself up. It looks like it was Phil Conant.
Yeah, it looks like he's struggling with that left leg. Again, the muscles are cold right now, Calvin, and you're more injury prone in these type of temperatures and in these type of conditions. And Conant just struggling to put pressure on that leg. We saw Colbaum kind of in a similar position earlier in the game, struggling to put weight on the leg. And so hopefully both of them are okay, because those are two key contributors on defense for the Royals.
Drummer's right up the middle. He's got a nice gain and a first down. And boy, a big argument here on the near side as the Cohawks went straight through the whistle. It was Mason Campbell, one of the offensive linemen, who drove a man into the turf well after the whistle. We're going to see what they call here.
I think that is Abed Abdallah. Or Abdallah Abed, rather, who is down. And it almost looked like he kind of punched Abed towards the end. I mean, I didn't really watch it in full time, but it looked like he kind of just got
certainly
shoved over towards the end of the whistle there. And
yeah, Kelly back to pass, can't find anybody, heavy pressure, and he goes down. He's sacked in the backfield. And a big play on the Royals defense. It'll be 2nd and long. And you see Conant on the sideline. Just a quick update on him. He is walking around on that left foot, along with Sam Colbaum. Both of them walking around with a bit of a limp, but it's good to see them at least be able to put pressure on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are two guys, like we mentioned, they're going to be contributors on the defensive side throughout the rest of the playoffs. So it's good to see them moving around a bit. Hopefully they're okay towards the end of this game.
Kelly to the far side. That pass is hauled in on the sideline and then drove out of bounds by Fisher Gansky. That catch was made by Devin Kolosh after a gain of about 10. It'll bring up 3rd down. It's about 3rd and 5 for the Cohawks. They're deep in enemy territory. Like we said, Tyler, this is going to be 4-down territory regardless. Royals fans are getting loud here. Under 12 minutes to play in this one. A big stop looming. Kelly out of the shotgun. Has Drummers with him. Sends a man in motion to the far side. Takes the snap. Looking deep down the far side. And nothing there. Great coverage on the play from Will Barthel. And that brings up 4th down.
Yeah, this is really the key drive for the Cohawks. They got to convert on this 4th down. They're not out of it at this point. It's certainly a tall mountain to climb, but they're not out of it if they can score on this drive. But if they can't put up points on this drive, it becomes a very tough task to try to come back 24 points when you're giving the ball back. So it looks like a timeout will be called by the Royals. They didn't like what they saw on the defensive side, so they're going to maybe come out with a different formation. But yeah, McElroy knows this is where his team can kind of put the dagger in and finish this game out if they can force a turnover.
Well, the play clock was running down. They are going to reset the play clock here. Royals fans don't like it. But Coe's going to get a shot at this. 4th and 5. A big stop. Royal Stadium's loud. Bethel fans on their feet. Brady Kelly out of the shotgun. He takes the snap, drops back, looks to the far side. Nothing there, but a flag comes in. It looks like this may be pass interference on Devin Williams.
Yeah, that
is the call. So pass interference is going to go on the Royal safety, Devin Williams. And that'll move the Cohawks up.
Yeah, that's a huge penalty there. Maybe a little bit of contact before the pass, but kind of one of those 50-50 calls. And Devin Williams maybe got there a little bit early, but huge play. And the Cohawks now in the red zone in a prime chance to make this a 2-score game once again.
Toss out to the far side to Drummers. He's ran out of bounds. They're going to keep the clock rolling. It'll bring up second down. Clock now under 11 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Kelly calls the shots, sends people to the line. Drummers with him in the backfield. Cunningham also out there. Takes the snap, hands this one off. Drummers up the middle. Drummers, gain of about 4 on the play. We'll see if they move the chains. Looks like they're going to mark him short. Tackle was made by Jackson Braun. It's 3rd and short for the Cohawks.
I think Co's got to move quicker than they have been over the past few plays. Obviously, there's been some weird circumstances over these past few plays with the penalty, but Co doesn't seem to have a ton of urgency. They're down 24, just 10 minutes remaining. They got to punch this in quickly.
Takes the snap, hands this one off. Cunningham up the middle. He's stuffed. It's going to be close. We'll see if this brings up 4th down.
Looks like that's what they're signaling.
And it is going to be 4th down. So obviously this is 4-down territory. Like we said for Co College, it's going to be 4th and inches for the Cohawks. They're keeping the offense out there right before the 5-yard line. It looks like we're going to get a timeout on the field. It looks like the refs are going to talk about this one. They may be looking at a measurement here.
Yeah, it looks like that's what it's going to be. I mean,
yeah, some confusion on the far sideline. I don't know whether the chain's disconnected or what happened here.
It looks like they're fixing something with the chain over there on the far side, trying to figure out what is the correct spot for that first down.
Right. Well, it's going to bring up 4th down for the Cohawks. They trail 44-20 to the Bethel Royals on their home turf. It's been a good game, Tyler, but the Cohawks seriously need to look at punching this one in here.
Yeah, it's been a fun one. The Cohawks have brought some good offense, especially on this drive. Some nice pass plays, the chunk yardage on the run. They've looked like a different team, and that's the thing, is I don't think we've really seen what this Cohawks offense can do. It feels like the Royals have done a nice job of really bottling up the passing plays and keeping the run game to maybe 3 or 4 yards per carry, and it's been impressive to watch this Royals defense. But like you said, this is a kind of a do or die moment for the Cohawks offense, and the Royals on the other side, when they get the ball back, they need to be smart. They can't have any type of turnover or 3 and out. They just have to be able to kind of run down the clock. It's not, the Cohawks are by no means out of this, but they got to convert on this 4th down and figure out a way to score a touchdown quickly, because we've only got 9 minutes, 32 seconds left here in the 4th quarter, and it's a 3-score game.
Yeah, Tyler, you're absolutely right. And honestly, let's go over and take a look at the American Rivers Conference, and let's go across the pond over to Wartburg and see how their game's shaking out.
Yeah, right now Wartburg just lost their lead to Wheaton. Wheaton scored a touchdown. Now they're up 21-16. Wartburg was up 16-14. There's 10 minutes and 19 seconds left in that game, so that's going to be one to watch throughout the rest of this one. St. John's well in the lead over there on the other side, and Platteville has moved on to the next round. So whoever wins this game is playing Platteville in the third round.
So there you go. There's your score update. Kelly on 4th down. He takes the snap, and we got a whistle. Boy, it seems like this last play has taken forever to get going here, Tyler. And it's going to be a timeout for the Bethel Royals. So now we have a timeout on the Royals side. They want to talk things over before this 4th down snap. But you're right, Tyler. We did just talk about the bracket going on in the NCAA tournament, and Platteville has moved on. You're right. The winner of this is going to go on and take Wisconsin-Platteville. Yeah, and Platteville's defense did a nice job against Alma, only allowing 1 touchdown. 24-7 was the final in that game. And so, you know, the road is set out for whoever wins this game. It's going to be Platteville, and then the winner of North Central and Wisconsin lacrosse most likely, because North Central is leading Hanover 31-0 now. Lacrosse has moved on to the next round, so it'll be interesting to see who can get this. Cunningham continues to be pushed forward, and he's in. Wow. Cunningham into the end zone. Boy, the Royals stacked him up at the line of scrimmage, Tyler, and then it was just a push party for the offensive line. Yeah, it looked like the Royals were almost signaling a stop too early. The whistle hadn't been blown yet, but several Royals players were kind of signaling that they got the ball after the initial stop, like you said, the initial stack up. But you got to go until the whistle is blown, and the Royals give up that 1st down, and now prime chance for a scoring opportunity. Coe College has to go for 2 to make this a 2-score game. Kelly back to pass. Out route to the far side, and it's dropped. Oh, no. Wide open was Centers on the far side, and he dropped it. A beautiful route ran, too, Tyler, on the far side, an out route, and he just couldn't handle the pass from Kelly. Yeah, no, that was a great route. Had so much separation out there. I think he almost lost his footing a little bit as he was going down to try to grab that pass, because instead of trying to catch it with his chest, it almost went off his helmet, and that's obviously not ideal in these conditions to try to make that catch right by the head. So, yeah, unfortunate for the Cohawks, but a great route and just tripping up in the end zone. We talked about it all day. It's tough out there. So now look how the Royals are setting up here, Tyler. This is going to be an onside kick, I would venture to guess. They have Tyler Terry out there along with Rundell on the far side, and they have V-Brock and Devin Williams on the near side. We're going to see which way this is going to go. But yeah, onside kick looks to be looming here. Yeah, and this will be interesting, Calvin. We've seen how wonky the special teams have been all day long. It's slippery. The ball is slippery. It's going to be tough for the Royals to just hang on to it. And so an onside kick might be the correct call here for the Cohawks. Could be a big special teams play once again. So Collette is ready for the onside kick. Everybody on the hands team out there. The onside kick recovered by Staska. Ball right into the arms of the wide receiver, Dylan Staska, who comes away with it, and the Royals will have possession with 9 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. And they lead by 18 here, Tyler. That's exactly how you want to recover an onside kick if you're Staska. Just go down to the ground with it. He had it in his arms, and the Royals with a big recovery there. You can't give the ball back to the Cohawks right away. And it looks like they're in now a great spot to potentially once again go up by even more and kind of take the Cohawks out of this game, as there's another penalty on Coe. And I actually think this one is because after Dylan Stasker recovered that, he was hit on the ground by one of the Cohawks defenders. So here we go, the Royals are ready for action. Drews continues to be out there under center. So the clock gets reset, 9 minutes and change. Royals in Cohawks territory after the onside kick. Terry motions to the near side, Rundell to the far, Staska on the near. Drews takes the snap, hands it off. Jeebly up the middle. That one's going to go for no gain. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, the Cohawks have to be willing to kind of sell out for the run here. The Royals are going to be willing to just let this clock run as much as possible. I wouldn't be surprised to see Dueling throw in a screenplay, though, to potentially get a little bit more of a chunk if he needs a conversion. We'll see. It's going to be short runs and short passes, if anything, for the Royals here.
Drews takes the snap, goes to Rundell on the near side, and oh, he dropped it. Rundell dropped it, and that's a key mistake for the Royals because that stops the clock.
Yeah, in and out of the hands. You don't see Rundell drop many of those balls, so maybe the hands are a little chilly at this point in the game, and like you said, a key drop because that stops the clock, and now it's 3rd and long.
Drews takes the snap. Design run, he goes right up the middle, falls forward. Boy, he's close to a first down here, Tyler. He's about 2 yards short. They're gonna mark him down at the 34. And it's gonna be 4th and short. We'll see what the Royals elect to do here. And they're gonna huddle up. They're gonna let this clock run down as far as possible. And now this is honestly uncharted territory for the Royals because they always like to move so quick on offense. They're gonna slow it down.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is about the only time in the game where they'll huddle up. You can see Tristan Cantu on the right side limping a little bit, so hopefully he's okay.
Drews goes near side. Tyler Terry, and oh, he dropped it. He had the first down and more, but right off the hands of Tyler Terry. And boy, Tyler, 2 crucial drops on that possession for the Royals. And now with just under 8 minutes to go, Co has got another shot at this on offense.
Yeah, they only took off like a minute and change in that drive. The Royals, like you said, with a couple of crucial drops, weren't able to run down the clock as much. So Co now with a chance to maybe bring this within 10 points and keep this a relatively close game going into the final minutes. They're gonna have to move fast in this drive. We didn't see them move very quick in their first drive of this 4th quarter, so they're gonna need some bigger plays.
Kelly back to pass. He can't find anybody. And he's gonna be smacked on the far side of the field. He couldn't get out of bounds either, Tyler. This is gonna keep the clock moving. Jackson Braun with a big hit at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down. The Cohawks gotta start moving quick.
Yeah, and Kelly kind of moving a little bit gingerly over there after that big hit.
Kelly takes the snap, drops back. He wants on the far side. And he's gonna hit his man, but for a gain of just 1, Jackson Braun over there again. Boy, he has been manning that far side all night.
And that's the physicality that's impressive to watch in a game like this. It's tough to be physical when it's this cold, but Braun not afraid to make the hit, make the tackle. And the Royals needed him in that spot. Now 3rd and long, and the Cohawks do or die here.
3rd down for the Cohawks. Here on their half of the field, Kelly in the shotgun, sends Cunningham in motion. He drops back, can't find anybody. He's in the backfield, and he's gonna go down. Boy, how about that play from the Royals? It was a gang of them in the backfield. Marcus Whiting was there, and he's dropped for a loss of 6 on the play.
It looks like Seth Johnson was the main guy who kind of took down Kelly there. Props to him, the senior D lineman, coming in with some of the injuries that the Royals have had on the defensive line and making a huge play in a spot where now the Cohawks, pinned deep, are going to have a really tough time.
Borman in the backfield. He smacks him. Jake Borman gets there first, and Braun finishes him off. It's a turnover on downs for the Cohawks. And there you go, it's Royals football.
Looks like there's a flag on the play, but I believe it will be against the Cohawks, some sort of holding on the near side or something. The officials are going to talk it over, but it looks like the Royals still celebrating. So it'll be unsportsmanlike conduct on Coe.
Boy, that looked like it was Latrell Taylor, the wide receiver, who got the unsportsmanlike. So he must have said something, because we didn't see him hit anybody on the field or anything. So he must have said something to an official or a Royal. And a crucial penalty actually brings the Royals inside the 10-yard line here with 6 to go.
Yeah, that's a dagger of a play right there. The Royals needed to stop him, and what a big stop they got. Now they're in the red zone after the penalty, and it's wheels up for this Royals offense.
Drews out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Rolls out to his right. He's looking. Now he's going to take off. He heads for the pylon. He's in. Cooper Drews with the keeper. And he's into the end zone. Cooper Drews doing it with his legs once again. And the Royals are off to the races now here at home over Coe.
Well, if you had told me before this game that Cooper Drews had 70 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns, Calvin, I would not have believed you. This guy, well, he is very athletic, is not generally this rushing threat. He's just done it all here today. He's got 250 yards to the air, 3 touchdowns through the air, and now 3 touchdowns rushing as well. Just an impressive job, able to keep that one, and he's making the right decisions all the way around.
Extra point is good. And boy, how about this one, Tyler? Royals running away with it here at home. It's now 51-26. Bethel leading over Coe College. Bethel gets ready to boot this one away. Tyler, you have an update for us. What do you have?
Yeah, Wartburg just took the lead once again over Wheaton. 5 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. It's 24-21, so a 3-point game. That's the closest game right now on that side. Whitewater is currently still trailing DePauw, but it's a 3-point game on that side as well. DePauw leading 26-23. The winner of that game will face the winner of the Wartburg-Wheaton game on the 6th.
Boy, 2 close games over there. We'll keep you updated on that matchup with you folks and the fans of the American Rivers Conference. We'll get you an update on Wartburg in just a minute if anything happens. Nowoski ready to boot this one away for the Royals. 5.5 minutes to go in this one. Royals in full control.
Yeah, the Royals offense just continues to be one of the better units that has ever taken this field at Royals Stadium. They have been working like clockwork. Only a couple of stops for Coe all day on the defensive side. And they just put pressure on, whether it's Cooper Drews on the ground, Jeebly or Mans on the ground, or Rundell through the air. Rundell with 135 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Everybody's making plays, and yeah, it's fun to watch this unit work.
Special teams again here, Tyler. Coe is up across midfield and down to the 40-yard line. Tyler, that kick, the Royals actually nearly got to the football. And just like that, Coe was able to pick it up and take it for like a 30-yard return deep into Royals territory.
Yeah. Well, when you get aggressive to try to grab the football in that scenario, sometimes you can open up some lanes for the return team, and Coe able to grab it and find those lanes and get past midfield like you mentioned. Special teams once again playing a factor in this game. It's been the same way all day long.
Screen pass to the far side, incomplete. And hang on, this may be a lateral here, Tyler. This may have been a backwards pass.
I believe it was, yeah. I mean, you can just see where Kelly was set up and where Centers was set up. Centers was behind Kelly for that pass, and it looked like a lateral, so that is where they'll rule it. And you could see on that play, once again, Coe trying a little bit of trickery there. Drummers was running deep. He was open down the sideline on that far side, but yeah, just unable to connect on that lateral, and Coe moving back.
Kelly out of the shotgun, dumps this one off to Drummers. He's going to fall forward. Gain of about 10 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and medium. Yeah, Tyler, you were right. The trickery was there on the last play. That looked like it was going to be a double pass. They were going to go out to the far side and then go deep to Drummers. It fails. Now it's 3rd and medium. Kelly back to pass. Can't find anybody. Rolls out to his right. He's going to go deep down the sideline. And it's intercepted. It's intercepted on the near side by Fisher Gansky. And he's out of bounds in Royals territory. And it's a turnover forced by this Royals defense.
Wow, this defense has been so good for the Royals throughout this game. Fisher Gansky going up and getting that interception. It wasn't a bad ball by Kelly whatsoever, but Gansky just making an athletic play on the ball, able to get up there and take that one out of the air, and a big turnover. The Royals very clearly in the driver's seat with just 4 minutes and 27 seconds left.
Royals offense trots back out, 4.5 minutes to go. Drew's still out there. He's going to hand this one off to Riley Gritz, who lost the football. He lost the football, and this looks like it may have been picked up by Coe. It's picked up by Coe College. Royals give it right back.
Well, that's the nature of this game, especially when it's this cold out. As you get later into the game, it's tougher and tougher to hang on to the ball. You're getting colder and colder. Your hands are getting colder, and yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of fumbles, a lot of missed snaps, a lot of dropped balls because the hands are playing a factor in this game here late.
Kelly out of the shotgun. He's got Cunningham with him in the backfield. Swing pass to Cunningham. He's going to get a couple of yards off of this one. Rode down by Marcus Whiting on the far side. That'll bring up 2nd down. Under 4 minutes to go now here at Royal Stadium. 51-26 in favor of Bethel. Kelly out of the shotgun. He has Cunningham with him. Sends a man in motion to the far side. He takes the snap. He's looking that way. Now he's going to go over to the middle. Cunningham makes the catch. Moves forward close to a 1st down. They're going to mark him about a yard or 2 short. That's going to bring up 3rd down for this Cohawks unit. Quick to the line they go. Kelly, Cunningham to his right. He's going to take the snap. Hands it off to Cunningham. Falls forward. He's got the 1st down. They're going to move the chains. Clock continues to run. Now down to 3 minutes. Quickly they go. Kelly takes the snap. Looking over the middle, can't find anybody. Steps up in the pocket and he's dumped. Jackson Braun got there to bring him down. It's a sack for Braun.
Yeah, Jackson Braun, I mean, he's had a heck of a 4th quarter here, just doing a great job defensively, getting to the ball, hustling to the ball. He's had some big hits, and he's made just the plays that you gotta make as a linebacker. He's played aggressive, and it's been fun to watch.
Kelly out of the shotgun. He drops back. Looking over the middle, he's just going to dump it off to Cunningham, who dropped it. Trayshawn Cunningham dropped it on the check down. That will stop the clock, but it will also bring up third down.
Yeah, a lot of dink and dunk right now in this drive, and I mean, Kelly just taking what the defense is giving him. The defense not allowing any type of big pass plays right now. They'll give you in the middle of the field because that'll let time tick off the clock, but just not a whole lot here offensively for Coe.
Kelly takes the snap. He looks over the middle. He has a man. It's hauled in. It's going to be short of the first down by about 5 yards. But a nice catch was made by Devin Kolosh over the middle. That'll bring up fourth down. They're going to stop the clock. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in the fourth quarter. It's all Bethel Royals, 51-26. They lead it over Coe College. And we're back to the action here at Royal Stadium. We've hit the 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter. It's all Bethel Royals, 51-26 over the Cohawks from Coe College. Coe, big fourth down right here. Kelly takes the snap, drops back, goes over the middle. He's hit, incomplete. Boy, Coe wanted a flag on the play. They thought he got there early, but boy, did he not. Nick Collier in coverage, breaks it up, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, you love the hustle from Collier there. You love the hustle from this Royals defense. They're not afraid to just attack the ball. I talked about Jackson Braun doing just that, and Collier, a great example of you're not afraid of the cold. You're not afraid of making the hit. It's easier to make the hit than be hit.
And it's Ian Berkman on first down. He's got a gain of 15 yards. Moves him up the field, and it'll be first down.
A quick update from the fourth quarter of the Wartburg-Wheaton game. Wheaton just took the lead once again with just 24 seconds left. They're leading 27-24 over Wartburg. So it looks like that's going to be a tight finish. I'm not sure exactly where Wartburg is on the field right now, but oh, and it just updated. Wheaton did get the extra point, so 28-24, a 4-point game with 20 seconds left on the clock as the Royals just kneeling this one out. So it looks like Wheaton will be the victor in that one.
Yeah, boy, what a game that was, Tyler. We had so many updates for that game. Back and forth it went between Wheaton and Wartburg. We're going to stay here with a minute to go. Royals are just going to continue to use victory formation. And it looks like the Royals will be advancing to the third round of the national tournament, where they will take on Wisconsin-Platteville, Tyler.
Yeah, Wisconsin-Platteville with a great game. But this Royals team did exactly what they wanted to do all game long. They stopped the run. They had a great defensive game. They didn't really allow a whole lot to Coe, who has a great offense. The Cohawks, despite only scoring 26 in this game, they've got a good team. They were able to put up a lot of points throughout the season. The Royals kind of took away the passing game, and it's just impressive to watch this team work. On the offensive side of the ball, Cooper Drews with 6 total touchdowns, 3 through the air, 3 rushing. He had 250 yards through the air, 69 yards on the ground. The run game was working. Albert Rundell with 135 yards and 2 touchdowns. All facets of the game were once again at work for the Royals. A big win at home, and they'll take on Platteville here at Royals Stadium next week.
Yeah, Tyler, it was an awesome matchup today. Congratulations to Coe College on their season. They finish up with a 9-2 record in the regular season, and they get into the second round of the national tournament. Well done, Coe College. Bethel Royals are moving on. They'll go to the third round where they will host Wisconsin-Platteville next weekend right here at Royals Stadium. We thank you for joining us today, and stay in touch with the Bethel Royals football team as they continue to make their mark on the national tournament.